What's happening?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FU podcast. This is episode 205. It is April 23rd, 2024. Welcome to the FU podcast.
Man, 200 and what?
205.
Jeez.
I can't believe it. I literally had a meeting today and we were talking about it. You know, they want to do a podcast, ironically. And they're like, yeah, it's like $500 to do a podcast. And I go, you do know I have a studio, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have Devin. I was like, oh, shit, I just volunteered myself. Fuck.
Tell me, what's going on in the world of wheels? Casters, asshole. They're casters.
No, and that's the funny thing. Like, we're like regulating who and can and can't be a part of the group and all that sort of stuff. And making, because it was like, dude, it was like weird, like trucks, not like truck vehicles, but like, yeah. And then it was trailers for a while that were apart. And they're like, no, that has nothing to do with us. And so it's kind of like part of what we do is regulate. I like your comment. Thanks, bro.
Yes, it finally showing up again, huh?
Yes, all your balls are
right.
Up,
See, I went Facebook put me in some kind of jail for a long time until you reset all the resets. I don't know what you did, but now I'm back. Back. You see, this is my rhyme. Oh wait, no, I didn't rhyme at all, did I?
No, not at all.
Right. But anyways, we are moving along.
Hello, everybody. I'm Devin, your host, and this is
Andy Henning. Hey, what's up? Just trying to share, get some social media attention over here, and I'm not paying attention. I'm just
yep.
Was trying to
on a spot.
I was trying to, share it when we go live. I try to share the presentation to my story. Tend to get some interaction. Some people check us out. They say hi.
That's a pretty good idea, actually.
That's why I do's it. That's why I do's it.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. I should probably do the same thing.
It doesn't always work right though, because
I think I have to look.
Right now, I'm trying to share it to my story, and it's not letting me share it to my story.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know. Man, it's not giving me the option to share to my story. I don't know why. I'm just going to go ahead and share now. That way, at least post to my news feed. Anyways, thank you all for coming in, hanging out tonight. We're going to be discussing a few things. Also going to discuss, I think, a couple things on topic without naming names. We're going to discuss about how other people's unhappiness makes them want to interfere in other people's happiness.
This is very true.
We can touch base on that this evening. We don't have to name drop because I really don't feel like it, because that's just going to give them more attention, and that's not what I'm about. But also, we maybe also dabbling into the used car market. If you want to kind of chime in and give us your thoughts on that out there too, if you've been shopping for used cars lately, because dealing with a lot of shit. Hey, look who said hi.
What's up, Patrick?
Hey, what's up, Patrick? You're welcome for the birthday wishes. I saw your text message. I just didn't write back because, as you always call me, I'm an asshole. But
so you had to be true to form, right?
I hope it was. Well, I actually literally did get busy and then was like, oh, shit. But, just without being true to form, I hope it was a blast. I hope you had a good fucking time. Yeah.
And hopefully you heard that, because I don't know. Like, I changed one setting. I don't know if it's actually playing now. Who knows?
Who knows? But the sound effects, the button board doesn't seem to play for some reason. He said sort of. Nah, it was a meaningful. It was meaningful. I know it's meaningful. Yeah.
So do you get to collect Social Security yet?
Yeah, man.
I mean, according to
you have to officially retire, or you can't work at all, right? If they find out you're working, it automatically gets denied.
Honestly, I don't
know, because I'm not there yet. And by the time I am, it probably won't be around anymore.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because we're too busy sending money, overseas instead of helping the people here. Dude, I saw some shit the other day, like that they're taking care of the migrants over like veterans and shit like that. I'm like, why? Why do we take care of people that don't even belong here more than we take care of our own that serve the country and everything else? Like, that shit pisses me off.
So what I'm hearing from you is,
what are you hearing?
To get my country to take care of me, I need to move to another country
and then move back, and then forget your ID, and forget your Social Security number, and then you'll get taken care of. Hey, so all you veterans that aren't getting taken care of, just leave the country, come back,
Well, it sounds like they're taking care of them over there too, right? Because our dollars are going to everything to help the actual people over there, right?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. We just got slightly political, but we have squirreled. I can collect.
That's right. IRS 63.
Thinks I'm 63.
Yeah, they fucked up a long time ago, and then Patrick had to like try to prove to them that he was the actual age that it says on his, I guess, driver's license or whatever. And they're like,
"How about my fucking birth certificate?"
Yeah, right, like they were like arguing with him, like, "No, that's a lie. That's an illegal document."
I mean, hospitals.
Oh, then it means I should get paid for free.
Hospitals have to keep records far back, right? So why the fuck I got here?
Bro, they didn't have records. Remember they had stone tablets back then.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're forgetting.
He was chiseling and okay.
They're chiseling and shit.
After the doctor spanked him on his ass, he chiseled his fucking BC. Okay, understood.
That's hilarious.
Interesting evening, y'all.
Yeah, what's going on?
Nothing. It's just been an interesting last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I really I did see. I know I'd be joking about that Mercury and the microwave or retro gravy and degrading. I don't know, another planet or some shit. But no, it really apparently recently somebody actually did who's I guess into astronomy, I don't know which one that would astrology. Yeah, that shit.
Astronomy is the study of the stars.
Oh yes, you're right. Okay, guess that's why you have smart astrologists. I mean astronomists. This is why we don't.
Now you got me fucking confused.
This is why we don't give Andy a mic. See, I can make you think that you're stupid. Like that's so stupid. No, so yeah, apparently Mercury or something was actually in the retrograde or some shit, and that's why things have been going the way they have. But yeah, it's been a weird last 2 weeks between losing a wallet, getting theft, identity theft, having to make that claim, freezing up everything, and then it's been a nightmare. And then I get my debit card and then I lose it again.
Yeah, so Andy was telling me this, and I was like, "Hey man, I pulled an Andy." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, I lost my wallet and I have no fucking clue where the hell it went." And I literally had to go through my bank statements and figure out which ones I actually like used a card for, or which ones were set up on auto pay, and which ones were that I paid with my phone, right? So I'm like going, fuck. And I was like, the last transaction was AutoZone. And then I'm like, what did I do after AutoZone? And I'm like going, fuck. So I literally tore the car apart trying to find that, and like it was nowhere to be found. And like to Andy's point, like I have AirTags on everything except for my fucking wallet, which is brilliant.
Okay, yeah, that would be a pain in the Dioc. Yeah, that's what trips me out is we talked about this in depth several times because yes,
I know, and I was like,
that's how often I lose my shit. And you would have thought I would have bought the AirTag or something by now, but I don't have whatever GPS little card or whatever. But this guy, I would have think definitely would have a GPS tracker on his wallet, but no.
Every one of my cars has it. It's ironic because like whenever we do big, shipments off to like the expos and trade shows and stuff like that, I actually drop a AirTag in the container because I figure like the driver or somebody's going to have some kind of an Apple device, right? So it'll be able to track pretty much. And it's actually helped us quite a bit because when you show up to a trade show and there's 3 fucking giant buildings and there's literally, I mean, you've seen our crate. It's pretty big, but like compared to 3 gigantic buildings and all of their crates, like it can easily get lost in the shuffle. Yep. Yeah, so it's
and you don't want those bodies to get left laying around. I mean, you can get yourself in some real fucking trouble if they trace that back.
This guy.
Yeah, man. Did you know since you work for a caster company that makes you wheelie funny?
Oh, God.
Yeah, buddy.
Now you got caster dad jokes? That's fucking terrible.
Fucking, damn right. That's funny right there.
That's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
Oh, man.
I realized, I was like, wait, where's our badass? Yeah, so what you do, man?
So not a lot new. I know there's something new with you. You ended up buying a Prius.
I did.
Got yourself one.
And not only did I get a Prius, like, you went with to one, and basically Andy was like, "Yeah, this is not a good idea," and so like I literally walked away. I mean, we drove all the way to Kennedale, which is about an hour drive, in order to go look at this thing. I mean, it looked great from the pictures.
Far as fuck.
It was like a Monet. It looked great from far away, and then when you walked up to it, yeah, it was like smoking, and dude, it was all fucked up. So I'm like, I walked away from it, and I was kind of butthurt because I was looking like I literally had the cash, and like I was ready to fucking make a deal. Like whenever I decide I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like it's no like I'm literally there. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just gonna fucking do it, right? But yeah, like Andy was like, yeah, that's not a good idea, and I'm like thinking about, okay, so there's dollar signs here, dollar signs there. I was like, yeah, no. And so I walked away from it. Ended up finding a guy in Dallas that had so there's different trim levels. So there's five different trim levels. And I didn't even know that they had solar like as an option in a fucking car. I've always joked about it, like, why don't we put fucking solar panels in a fucking car?
Well, it was like ding ding ding.
They're like, that's a great idea. Yeah, so I ended up getting one that has a cool little button in there. You hit it, and it basically locks the doors, turns the AC on or heater, depending on whatever you have set up. So it automatically cools the car down, does all that shit. So it's kind of like having the remote start, but without actually having to turn the car on and waste your gas, which is a pretty cool feature, especially since the car is black. And in Texas heat, yeah, like that's just a fucking magnet for heat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
why are you racist against cars, bro? Why is it got to be black?
It's science, bro.
It's just a really dark painted car.
No, it's black.
All right, you say so.
But yeah, I mean it was kind of scary going into it after seeing that first one that we looked at, and then seeing the whole dashboard lit up like Christmas tree on this one, and like I ran my code reader, which that's another thing. I left my code reader in the fucking car that we looked at when we drove all the way to Kennedale, so I had to buy another one. Luckily, I was able to get that next day with Amazon. Thank God, Amazon.
Ooh, yeah, instant gratification. We talk shit about it, but we use it every day.
Yeah. So yeah, I was able to do the codes and everything checked out perfect. So I was like, well, the lights are on, but so just to be safe, I took it to Toyota by my work. And got a new key fob because I wanted to have that AC function. I'm like, well, if I got it, I want to be able to fucking use it. So I got a key fob and everything, and like I literally walked out of there for $60 with a key fob laser cut for the car.
Laser cut.
And then today I took it back because I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to give them more time to look at go over the entire car. And then I had them change the front and back rotors, and they only charged me $200, which was way better than a lot of other quotes that I got. I'm like,
yeah, buddy.
I'm like, man, this might be my dealership.
Maybe. Till he goes in for the next bill.
I know, right? Yeah, that's how they get you, right?
Any of y'all out there been shopping for cars lately?
Yeah, has anybody gone out looking for cars? And I want to hear your horror stories because, like, right now, like, I posted the other day about I have a feeling like the whole entire car industry is going to collapse. When I was looking for cars, I literally found Teslas for like $18,000, and I'm like going, weren't those like $100,000?
Be careful, man. Bobby's in the audience. He's gonna be like, man, that's antiquated technology already. He's gonna be like, let me tell you something right now.
Yeah, Bobby's gonna be like, man, it's that nuclear fusion, man.
They're putting that money in the wrong thing, which they are. Lithium's not the future, but no, anyways,
definitely not.
As some people think it is, but it's not.
And it's sad because, like, I had one of the original OG like Priuses way back in the day, and like everybody thought I was fucking crazy. Like, are you a scientist? Are you like environmentalist? Like,
no, I just want to save money.
I was like, yeah, I like my money. I don't want to fucking spend it in the gas tank.
He drove that thing like it was fucking bad.
Dude, I put like 350,000 miles on that car.
Yeah.
I literally ran it so hard, dude, that I had to replace the fucking the struts and shocks.
Because you used to drive it like a fucking NASCAR.
I did.
Actually, no, really like an F1, the way, because you weave in and out. It's so scary, dude.
I don't do that. God. Well, I only do that in the Mercedes, but I don't do that.
You used to do it in that, and it made my butt pucker up, man. That shit, like, whoop, he's coming out right now.
Like, I took a picture one day. I was doing 130 in a Prius, and I was getting 99 miles a gallon, and I was like, name a fucking car on the market that can get 99 miles a gallon and go 130 miles an hour.
Of course he is. Like, why would you even push that car to that? Oh,
Just because I can.
that poor car. Poor car is
Dude, that car was like even Raymond, he's a big fucking car, musclehead, like muscle car like type person, like loves the antique, the collector cars, that sort of stuff. And he was like, dude, of all the cars you've owned, he goes, that was the best. I was like, can I record you saying that? Because I was like, I would never, of all the billions of cars I've had.
He's probably saying that because of how much gas costs now, and everything he owns is a V8, dude.
Yeah, that's true. You're just stopping by the gas.
What's up, audience? What are you? What are you, a gas person? Are you a hybrid person? Are you a BEV person? And no, we don't. I understand. Bobby's like, none of the above. And I'm like, I understand you, Bobby. I totally hear you.
Bobby's like, I drive my tricycle.
They're all depletable resources, and you're right. So, but yeah, what to those out there, and if you want to put in your battery, your Fusion battery or something, Bobby, well, you're welcome to it, 100%, man. But what about the rest of y'all?
Flux capacitor, get it right, bro.
Who's
Hey, Bobby, how many flux capacitors?
I thought it was an arc reactor. My fault. My fault.
No, that's your car.
Arc reactor is more sustainable. If I had to go with Tony Stark or Doc Brown, I think I'm pretty sure I'd go with Tony Stark.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He had a little more money than Doc.
A little bit.
Doc could only buy one case of plutonium. Tony could buy a plane full. Oh shit. Oh, no comments out in the audience. Nobody.
Everybody's being quiet.
Do you have anything that you're seeing that I may not be?
I mean, I'm seeing some girls, but
what about up on the?
I know you ain't seeing those.
What? I'm not. I'm talking about in the comments section.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Do you see anything like? Don't you have a different view in studio over there?
I do. Patrick wrote a novel. Hold on. I said, what a waste of time and taxpayers' money in this country to ban TikTok so fast. We have more important issues to take care of and to deal with. You know what, Patrick? Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking on my way to work today. I was like, you know what's weird? We're supposed to be a free country, right? But we're banning books and we're banning TikTok, which is social media, which is speech. I'm like, both are forms of speech. A book is a form of speech. TikTok is a form of fucking speech.
Yeah, but the shitty thing about it is it's been proven to have negative ties to China. That's not just hearsay. That's actually that's legitimately proven.
But here's the thing: any app that's free,
I know,
you are the product.
Yeah.
So we could go through our phone and damn near every app is spying on you, and it's connected. It's all interconnected. Like, trust me, I came from telecom. I know what I'm talking about. They have access to anything and everything. No matter how much you think you're using private browsers, this, that, and the other. Google just got sued by the fucking the government just over this, because they were tracking you even though you were in incognito mode. So just because you think you're not being tracked, you're being tracked.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you have VPNs, even if you put your phone, get this shit, if you put your phone in airplane mode, it's still being tracked.
Unless your phone is completely powered down, and even then,
yeah, it's still hooked up to a battery. Guess what? It's still
if you don't have the battery out of it,
and that's the thing, because you remember back in the day, you could remove the physical battery. That's why they don't do that anymore. That's why they're no longer doing the modular.
Oh, you can do it.
you can do it. Smash!
Like, you just pry that thing open and pop it out, and good luck putting it back in. But yes, no, that's very true, because I remember my motor, I could replace my batteries. I remember that very vividly. But yeah, man, that if there's power at all going to your phone, there's anything that can be powered or triggered on remotely.
Honestly, I think we're going to get into a place where, especially Apple might be one of the first to do it, because their sales are all across the board, from the iPhone to the Mac to the iPad, everything. Even just heard a study that even like the tablets are all down, computers are all down, like all the sales are down. So like the only way to bring up sales, because I mean, I bought this right a couple of years ago, and now we're on M4, and I'm like, it just basically made my computer, so to speak, obsolete, even though it's 3 years old. But like, we're advancing so much that this is light years beyond what the previous model was, right?
So
why would I go to the next model when this is way better than what I was used to?
I miss my Nokia.
The brick? Which one?
The brake pad.
The brake pad?
Those things are so tough. You literally could replace them in your caliper. Replace your brake pads with them. Those are simpler days.
Did I ever tell you about the story when I had that? That was my first phone, was the Nokia brick, the 6160, I think it was. Dude, if I fucking get that right from memory, that'd be fucking hilarious.
I think it was the 6160.
Yeah, I think it was. It had Snake and shit on it. I was like, fucking chill.
Was it the digital screen or was it color?
I want to say it was like spinach, or it might have been black, white.
Yeah,
I think it was black. Yeah. But yeah, like that phone, it fell out of my Jeep one day. Was at a party, and I was like searching frantically for the phone, and then I drove back to the house party that I was at, and it was laying in the fucking little gutter thing with water flowing over it. I just set it. I took the battery out, set it on my dash of the Jeep. I had a Jeep Wrangler at the time.
Let the sun.
They had that little vent right in the center. I just set it on top of that. Shit. By the time I got home, fucking put the battery back in, it fired up. I was like, dude, they don't make shit like they used to.
No, they don't. Oh, Patrick said, dude, they passed it so fast. The House passed. Or wait, I'm getting it backwards. Wait, is it Senate first then House then Senate? Wait,
Patrick would know. I don't.
Damn it. Whichever the first one is passed really fast. The second one, it hasn't made it. I don't think it's made it to the floor or past there yet because it's still being used. I can attest to that.
Yeah, I think they have like 3 months. It's so gray area. Like they have 6 months to remove it, and then they have like a grace period of 3 months on top of that 6 months.
Yeah,
so basically it's going to be like a year before
give them a time to appeal and then get people back behind them and shit. But yeah, no, it passed the House. Then it passed the House really quickly, but it still has to go to the Senate and ultimately before Biden. Which,
yeah,
Biden, if he, I don't know, man, that's a tough call because TikTok is a very liberal platform.
And to me, I mean, there's a lot of people that like get the news and stuff from TikTok because it's not filtered like Instagram. It's not filtered. Here's the problem.
But
when you have our government in the hands of these companies like Facebook and Instagram, and I have pictures of all of them meeting with the government, like in a government office. I can't remember if it was a Pentagon or something like that. They all are in cahoots. They all control, manipulate, regulate, all that shit. Honestly, I feel better about shit being out of here and out of the government's control.
I tell you the truth, like I would not want to be a CEO of a company like Google or CEO or anyone
of any of the tech companies.
Anyone in the FANG stocks, Facebook, Netflix, or Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, because I wouldn't want to deal with the government on that level. I really fucking wouldn't. You literally have to, like, we answer to them. I get that. But at least I'm not sitting in there saying, they're literally telling me to my face, this is what you have to do with every single penny that you make. And this is how you're going to allocate. And you can either do this or we're going to put these fucking stipulations on shit. Like literally the head honchos of the boards or anything that's invested in those companies has to deal directly with the motherfucking government.
All right. You hit the nail on the head of why the government wants to shut this down, because they can't do this. And they can't put their fucking thumb, and they can't regulate it, and they can't control it. And the government doesn't like anything they can't control. If you haven't noticed, they're all about control and divide and conquer. Basically, that's it.
Yeah,
that's our government.
Yeah.
Welcome to Government Class 101, y'all.
Taxation is theft. Cheers, bitches.
All right.
No, but anyways. Oh, it did. They passed in the Senate too. Oh, so it has passed. I did not hear that. I had no fucking idea. Man, that's fucking crazy. Oh well, sorry, all those TikTok fans. Man, we just started our TikTok too with the dogs and shit. So that's
and Lindsay spent so much time trying to add follow. Did she? Okay.
Yeah, she's like, this is not worth it. So she tries to keep up when she can. We ended up with like 1,100 followers, and it's still growing. But like it's. And all it is dogs, but I guess the dog community is strong in TikTok, so whatever. But that's nor here nor there. That's just some political shit happening out there.
Yeah.
But
what up?
I'm gonna go ahead and just cheers myself. Because
What did you pour? Oh,
I poured some of the screwball. Do we have any new listeners in the house? If not, it's fine. I'm still going to take a shot anyways. I'm not really drinking tonight. I've barely had it. Actually, I haven't had anything. I've had a Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Voltage, by the way, one of the best flavors they have. I mean, there's a couple really good ones, but this one's really good too.
I like that one. I think is that the raspberry one with the ginseng or whatever?
Raspberry, citrus flavor, and ginseng. It's pretty fucking awesome, man.
So I drink that in the morning because of the ginseng and everything else, and then of course the caffeine and all that shit. So that kind of gets me going.
Ain't nothing like drinking that ton of sugar soda in the morning. Because breakfast of motherfucking champions, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No new listeners. Okay. Well, cheers to everybody who is listening.
Yeah, word.
Thank you for tuning in.
Love you long time. Yeah, I got a super busy fucking day tomorrow, so it's gonna suck. I mean, every day is fucking super busy. I literally walked. Oh, so this morning I had to drop the car off at the Vandergrift Toyota. They were nice enough to give me an Uber back to my work or whatever. So I show up, and then like all these big wigs from the bank, Truist. It's I guess it's a commercial bank or whatever. Executives were all there. It was like 10 of them in this fucking meeting or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm like squeezing on in, fashionably late, but But yeah, I couldn't really control.
When you got to squeeze in, it's better late than never.
Dude, I showed up this morning at the Toyota dealership, and that place was fucking packed, bro. I was like, and this is a big dealership too. I was like, damn, is there like some recall I didn't know about? Like there was like probably 40 or 50 people in there. I was like,
so I'm glad you brought that up because we were chatting about used car prices and car prices in general.
Yeah.
And like the industry losing their ass. But like even when I went up to Grubbs
and
I got almost shafted.
Oh, remind me to tell you the D&M story. Yeah, go ahead.
I almost got shafted on that car, but
yeah.
The fucking all 3 times I went up there, that motherfucking place had no shortage of people shopping for new vehicles.
But nobody's buying, right?
I mean, they were there, cutting deals, and every office was fucking full. Right. That's like they were sitting down and shit. So I don't know, man. Like that's the whole thing. Just like you said, the Toyota dealership was full too. But
yeah,
if they're putting people in vehicles,
yeah.
I mean, are you thinking are we talking the American car industry is going to take a shit, or is what do you
I'm predicting the American car industry is going to take a shit, and I can give you multiple reasons.
You mean the domestics?
Yeah, domestics.
Do you think, before we get too deep into it, and I just want, do you think the foreign cars, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Lexus, you think they're going to hold strong?
Yes, and I'll give you a couple reasons why.
Okay.
So, and I'll give you an example. This is going back to what I said. Remind me about D&M. So I bought my Mercedes through D&M. They actually delivered the car to me. It was a really cool experience. I literally signed the paperwork, and I was out the door, and I did this all on my lunch break. And by the time I came back, it was perfect timing. The whole process didn't take long at all. It was easy peasy. It was really great experience. I did DocuSign, so like literally most of the paperwork. All I needed to do was I think title or something like that. There was something that I had to do in person. But anyway, long story short, so I was looking originally when I first started looking for a new car. I looked on D&M, so I was like, okay, let's see what they got, because they got a lot of high-end stuff. They got stuff from Lambo to Ferrari to Maserati to all the way to Jeeps to, you name it, they have it. So I was like, it's a good one-stop shop. Like, I don't have to go drive around to different dealerships and all that sort of shit. And so I found this Corolla that I know, ironically, I actually drove one when I was in the Keys, and that was the first time ever driving a car that had self-driving. They had lane assist and they had adaptive cruise control and all that sort of shit. I literally drove from Miami all the way to the Keys, never once touched the steering wheel or anything, or the gas. And it was awesome. Like, it automatically slowed down when the car in front of me slowed down. Like, it automatically did everything. Obviously it's not going to turn at the exits I need to. I had to take over for that part. But it was just a really great experience. The car was really awesome. And so I was like, well, I'm going to, kind of look at one. And they had one, right? So they wanted 27,000 for a 2-year-old Corolla. And I was like, that
Oh
price?
yes, I remember you telling me about.
Yeah. I was
We
like, that
talked about this.
doesn't seem right. So then I go to the Toyota dealership, like actually go on to Toyota.com, and I type in 2024, like brand new Corolla with the same trim level and everything else. And of course, I get to choose whatever I want. Like I could,
Yep.
get the exact thing that I wanted. So I did. Came to $24,000, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the incentives, it came to 21,000. It was $6,000 cheaper for a brand new car versus when it's 2 years old. And I go,
Yeah.
this is why the system is fucked up. And this is why it's a house of cards, and it's all going to come. It's already coming down. I mean, look at Tesla. They laid off 2,000 people.
Well, people, I keep hearing these rumblings that the used car industry is going to be leveling out soon, and they're starting, and we're starting to see declines. I'm going to be the first to
it's
say
worse.
that's complete bullshit.
It's worse than that.
I'm looking right now. I'm still looking at vehicles at the moment, and the particular vehicle I'm looking at, brand new, is expensive anyways. But I've looked at one literally, and it was a badass package. It was all blacked out. It had an A-spec package on it. It was freaking phenomenal, top tier condition, no scratches on the interior. But they're asking $28,500 for this thing, and it's a 90,000 mile vehicle. Do you want me to fork over almost $30,000 for $90,000? Now, granted, I didn't reach out. Somebody somewhere bought it because it's not listed anymore. But the thing is, and it was great condition, but $30,000 pretty much, because after tax, title, and license, you're probably going to be at 31.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's for a 90,000 mile vehicle. Like, yes. So I think warranty expired at 70. Like, so I'm going to buy an unwarranted vehicle. I know it's an Acura. I get it. It's a Honda. They run for fucking ever.
Yep.
And a lot of times you don't have warranty issues,
especially the RDX, MDX. Those things you still see. Even the older, old ones are.
And that's
still
what I'm in.
rolling on the
I'm
road.
in this market for an MDX, but
right.
You're gonna, like, I get it. It's an A spec and it's got all blacked out and everything, but you're gonna look me in the eyes and say, hey man, I need 29 to 30 grand for this vehicle. It's got suede seats. But fucking okay. Like,
and then
yeah, so
I got those in my living room. No, I'm just kidding.
So when you say that you find a brand new Corolla for cheaper than a used Corolla, I totally believe it. Especially with the gas mileage those sons of bitches get.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So it gets, I think it was like 45 to 48 or something like that. It's almost close to the Prius, and I was like, holy shit! And
4 cylinders nowadays get crazy. I remember when
this was a hybrid too. So.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
it got better.
Okay.
And after owning a hybrid, there are a lot of perks that I did like. One time in I think it was Arizona. I ended up just dog tired from fucking driving from Texas all the way to like Arizona, and somewhere in Arizona, I ended up like just pulling over and just taking a nap. And I had the car running, AC blowing like fucking ice chunks out of it, and the seats lay down, so it basically turns into a bed. Like the whole back turns into a bed. Like I had a pillow and everything, and like I was comfy as shit. I woke up
Hitchhiker Bob came by and violated you. I woke up to this guy on top. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I woke up like 3 hours later, and I looked at the gas tank thinking like, oh shit, I'm at a gas station, right? So that's
everything was hazy.
And like literally no bars had dropped on the gas tank in 3 hours. I was just like, dude, this is fucking awesome.
I'm sorry, like when it comes to the gas savers and to me, the hybrid is still where it's at. There's still BEVs are still not there.
No.
But
you got that range anxiety. You got to deal with charging stations. From what I've heard, I've talked to a lot of Tesla owners and stuff, and a lot of them that do like hypermiling and do a lot of traveling and stuff like that. And they're like, dude, you go to like a pump that shows on the map, and then you get there and it's out of order, doesn't work, or broken or whatever.
And the power it takes to run one of those fucking stations is nuts. You've run like almost 70,000 homes or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's an insane.
The power ratio that actually goes to those. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And you wonder why we have problems with the fucking power grid in Texas.
Did you see?
Tear them bitches down.
Have you heard of the Toyota Mirai? It's hydrogen. So the cool thing about
Hydrogen peroxide?
yes, it runs just fucking hydrogen peroxide.
No germs at all. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, hell yeah.
Got a little dispenser if you
whole thing's disinfected.
Yeah, exactly.
Comes off the shoulder.
It sprays like every time you get out of the car, it sprays disinfectant. No germs here.
It stings. Be careful, don't get in a cut unless you want.
You just don't stay in the car and hit the button.
Yes. Yes.
No, I was watching a thing on it, and this guy was showing him filling up, and it shows like the station, and it's self-sufficient, so it makes its own hydrogen right there. So like, there's no need to pump it in, there's no need to bring it in, there's no need to, all the power that's required for an EV. It was pretty interesting. Now it gets like, I think I want to say 300. It's almost like on par with a gas. But this was in California, and I think it was like $60 for him to fill it up with hydrogen. I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, man, it's good that we got choices now. It's not just this is all you get right here. Now, according to the government, yes, by 2030, that's all you get is supposedly EV, which is fucking dumb.
Just understand EV is also automation, and automation is hackable, especially when the government can get into your shit, because anything you think you're safeguarded from against them, if you're on the grid, period, they're getting into it.
And here's the best part. They've already documented that cars are spying on people.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the OnStar system is it GM? I can't remember who has the OnStar. Cadillac has the OnStar, right? I can't remember. Or is North Star? I can't fucking remember.
They're talking about us tracking you, but what I'm saying, like, what do you think Google satellites were doing years ago? Like, there's been murders solved off that shit. Like,
oh yeah, Google fucking images or maps or whatever.
That one there, you see the fucking body or the blood trail go off the dock where the murderer or whatever threw the body in the fucking lake. Like,
do you remember the podcast that I did where I literally went on to Google Earth live and I showed that there's like a UFO and it was like in multiple frames and shit? I was like, Google Earth actually caught a fucking UFO. I gotta find that podcast. That was badass.
Sherry apparently just dropped into the audience, said I made it.
What up, Sherry? How's it going?
You made it. Were you not going to be able to make it? Are you at Old Hags watching tonight?
Which bar are you at watching tonight?
Are you hanging out having a frosty beverage?
Are you adulting tonight? Or are you actually out and about?
Cheers again. I'm gonna go ahead and take another shot.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But yeah, going back to the car industry. There's a guy that I follow. He actually has a car dealership where he sells cars for under $6,000. Like, he said he used to sell cars under 20,000. He said, dude, he can't even move cars at under 6,000. He goes, 6,000's like the break point. Like, and he's like, he showed his own lot. And he goes, my lot is literally looking like all of these other car dealerships that are wanting 80, 90, 130,000. Dude, they wanted $130. I'm not even exaggerating this. $130,000 for a fucking truck.
Where at?
I forget what dealership it was.
Toyota?
I don't think it was Toyota. It might have been. I think it was Ford.
I believe that Ford, or if you want to,
it was like a King Ranch or something like that.
If you get a fucking completely tricked out Denali, you get up there.
Yeah, but I'm just like going for $130,000. I'd rather have a Ferrari or Lambo.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely better ways that I could spend $100. It's just that's no different when I look at like Shelby Mustangs, or like when they make a unicorn Mustang, like, a one of a kind or a one off or something like that.
And I told you about
which one is it?
I forget the Mustang that you're referring to, but yeah, they only made 130 or 120 or something like that.
And it's gonna go for stupid something.
So it's going to sell for 300,000, but you have to submit like a reason why you should get the car. Yeah, so like, you can't just go to a dealership.
At the end of the day, that's $300,000 for a Mustang.
I know. I can't wrap my fucking head around
like that. A real gearhead, a true gearhead, could buy that same vehicle, drop way less money in it, probably make it just as fucking dope and maybe faster.
Oh yeah,
and not fucking have spent $300,000 on a fucking Mustang. Like,
I forget which Mustang it was.
I don't know. Maybe they're putting a V10 in it or something, but that's just dangerous. That car.
Oh, V10. The LFA, man, that was one of the most amazing cars Toyota ever fucking produced.
I don't know.
LFA is a V10.
Yeah.
Toyota's first and only V10 that they ever put, and this car is probably I will say is the best sounding car on the market. Period.
The only V10s that I could name off the top of my head is a Gallardo and Viper. I'm not sure who else runs V10.
Gallardos, the Lambos have the same exact engine as the Audi R8, which is
that's right, it is. Okay, so the R8 is
so
there's three I could name.
Yeah, so there are R8s that have a V8, but then there's the R8 that has the V10, and that sounds pretty sick. But nothing as sick as the LFA. The LFA is a fucking goat, dude. It is the baddest car. Now those went, I want to say, for like 80,000. Now you can't touch one for under, I think, 200,000 or 300,000.
I believe that.
But I mean, it is a sick
especially
car.
if it's a mint
Yeah,
vehicle. Sherry says she's at Game Changers. Seeing Victor.
Yep.
Just finished FWB board meeting. FWB.
Friends with benefits. That's literally what it's called. Yes. I had conversations with her about this. I go, do you know how fucked up it sounds that you're on the board of Friends with Benefits?
Yeah. Is this a Facebook group? Like, because we've been down this path now. We've been down this fucking path.
Yeah, Sherry, would you like to enlighten the audience what FWB is and what it stands for, so that people don't think that like
that it's NSA strings attached? Like,
what's up, Ashley? How you been? Long time no see or speak to.
Hey, everybody's coming out, hanging out, man. Nice to see you.
Hell yeah.
Anybody? I guess we asked earlier. Anybody out there in the car market looking for cars? Had bad luck with cars, me, but
yeah. Ashley was having some bad luck with her freaking Ford. I don't know if she's still driving that or beating that with a stick or what the.
Can't beat that with a stick. But yeah, no, I mean.
So yeah, this guy that I follow on YouTube, he literally is a dealer. He goes to the dealer auctions, goes to meet them, goes to all that sort of stuff. And he buys cars and then he flips them, obviously. But he's saying like he can't even move cars. Like if anything over $6,000, it sits there. And like he walked around, dude. He had like an X5 for like $5,000. I was like going,
anything over
what?
6?
Yeah,
it's crazy because man,
he's like, dude, we can't move cars even with tax returns and everything else. He's like, he goes, we stopped buying cars or stopped selling and buying cars that are over that value because we can't fucking move them. And I'm like, that's a sign right there. Like, if you can't move a used car that's that cheap, use that word loosely, there's something seriously going on.
Well, those are also cash cars, and people are to a point where they can't afford a cash car. They have to find something with a payment because they can't even afford a cash car at this point because it costs so much to live.
And that's the other thing. So now they're doing, instead of like 52 weeks or month or whatever, now they're doing 72 and 80 something. Like, and I think they're even doing like 90.
It's the only way to get the interest rate down, bro.
Dude,
like if I do it,
that's why I said, fuck it, I'm paying cash. I don't want no fucking payment.
What is an average normal? 60 months?
60, I think it's 60.
So 60 months, I couldn't get an interest rate under, I think it was 10.5. But once I extended it to 72 months, I got down to 8.7. And so interest rates are stupid right now. Like you're gonna pay.
Yeah, no, and that's why I was like, I'm not gonna, make payments on a car. I'm just gonna pay cash for it, and like and
that's what's crazy is so he can't move those cars, but I am seeing like the particular model that I'm looking for because I'm just either I'm busy or I can't go look at that car or it's not something I want. I'm the exact vehicle I'm looking for. These things are going like when I'm watching the listings, they are going like crazy.
Yeah,
like there's a few of the models that I'm watching that literally have been on sale for no more than 2 to 3 weeks. There's ones that are extended. But that also makes me wonder if these ones are going so fast, why are these sitting on the lot? And so that's why I don't call on those because it's for some reason there's some like I've seen one, why they keep price dropping and it's been there for 40 days. I'm like, I may not want to go after that one. But dude, they're selling used cars, like at least my model, pretty quickly. They aren't staying listed like on Car Gurus or cars.com. They're gone really quickly, which is
well, that's because of supply and demand, and there's not really a lot of supply. They were smart, Acura, even when they got the chips and all that sort of stuff. They didn't. So here's the problem, fundamental problem that's happening with the car market. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
oh, so that's why we're talking about chips, because
Yes.
stuff your mouth.
Yes.
I'm hungry. Sorry.
No, like you know, the Taiwan semiconductor. Yep. So like that whole shenanigans happened where there was a shortage. So yeah, that's why a lot of these companies, once they came back online, and here's the other, it's a multitude of problems, right?
Yep.
So people had money to spend and they weren't going or doing anything, so they went and bought new cars, bought new computers. They spent all this money, right? So the car industry, in their infinite wisdom, looked at those numbers in the forecast, right? And this is where forecasters suck bags of dicks, because I've fucking dealt with them. Because a forecaster will look at numbers. They won't look at industries. They won't look at common sense, right? They'll look at the numbers only, and they'll go, well, we keep increasing, and there's all this demand, so let's jack up the prices, right, to cool the demand. But they don't realize the demand is there because people have money that's not tied up. It's literally free to spend. So now they're like at home, they're like, well, now I can buy whatever I want to buy because I don't have to worry about gas. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about daycare. I don't have to worry about, because I get to work from home, right? So you just took their daycare expense, right? You took that away. You took their gas away because now they get to work from home. So
a lot of those costs are coming back.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is now everybody's, and in loans, student loans, right?
Wait, not only are those costs coming back, but they're
way more higher.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's not one problem, it's a multitude of problems. But, and I know this from personal experience dealing with big corporations, and I've actually argued and fought with forecast people, because I literally go, how the fuck did you get these numbers? Because I'm like, there's no way on God's green earth these numbers are fucking possible. And I'm just like, flat out, you're just inflating this shit for the upper leadership, C-level, and shareholders. I go, I know exactly what you're fucking trying to do. But I'm like, eventually they're going to call you out on it and be like, where are those numbers? And then what are you going to do? Well, what happened was...
and the thing is they don't... They're forecasters, so they're not basing what the info they're giving on the reality that we're living in right now.
Right. And that's why I said you got to understand, you got to forecast not just your industry, but you got to understand the entire environment. So that was one of the key things when I first started with the company that I work for now, is that I asked them, I said, how much of your manufacturing is in China? Honestly, like literally, dude, I was literally going to deny the job, because if their majority of their business was in China, I'm out, because that means anything happens in China, depending on what percentage of that business, if it's 80%, 80% of your business is held hostage.
Yep.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to accept this, because I can already see the writing on the wall. But those are the type of things that forecasters don't visualize and don't realize. They just look at the numbers, the hard numbers, and they say numbers don't lie. But if you're only looking at the numbers and not understanding how they fit into the whole puzzle piece, then you're very myopic, and you're very like, just you're not seeing the whole picture.
That's why weathermen get it wrong so many times.
Exactly, because
they're forecasters too. Yep.
All right, so Sherry answered my question. She said we put on Friends with Benefits, just kind of give you text a reference. She said, we put on local fundraising events for Denton County charities, but we do fun stuff like drag, mud bug, boils, She-Rock, honors Denton County women, lots of stuff. We pay for kids' birthday parties at the local children's homes, Friends of the Family charity in Denton. We give a lot of money to. We fund the water project here, supplying homeless people with water bottles throughout town. We got $5,000 from the putt-putt thing, which I really wanted to go to. It's a lot. We pair bartenders up from local bars with a drag queen, so they have to perform with and do a solo one. We raise $5,000 to $8,000 one night when we do those, and we are always looking for sponsors. Haha, sorry, I'm typing this out on my phone. And then she put Here, I'll put it up. fwbdenton.com.
Yeah, word.
But I told her, I was like, you really, like, if you're going to be a charity, you got to come up with a better name than FWB, because that's,
I mean,
like, that's my first
we're your friends.
childhood.
We're your friends, and guess what? If you're friends with us, you've got benefits. You're VIP.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the package. No, and I mean that respectfully, not the package. Sorry. Jesus,
dude, you almost made me spit my fucking drink off.
I was like, man, even when I'm
even
when I'm not trying, it's still damn it. Yeah, so
no, that's awesome. I miss belonging to charities and stuff, and actually, you know, helping out and doing that sort of stuff. But like right now, I don't have the bandwidth. I am completely, it's insane. But I'm very highly selective, so which is really nice. Like the few clients that I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
She says it's been around for 12 years. Nothing I can do about the name. Oh,
yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. It's just on this show.
Yeah, it's totally
that
inappropriate, but appropriate.
That phrase has not had a good. It's not a friends with benefits phrase has not had a good representation on this show. That's for sure. Oh right.
So you started mentioning something earlier at the beginning of the podcast.
It's which part?
Something about like people being dramatic and.
Oh, you mean people interfering with other people?
Yes, that yeah. Well,
yeah.
So let's dive into that.
I mean, I'm sure people have kind of tuned into the show and got a feel for different things that's going on and everything. And so we're not going to name names because, again, we don't need to draw attention to these people more than they draw attention to themselves already.
Right. They do plenty job with the spotlight.
Yeah, like they do it enough. And, you know, when somebody does that shit and you react to them, you're not only, you know, it's like when you look at when you see two people arguing from a distance, you can't tell which one's the idiot.
Right. And I learned a long time ago dealing with my mother that the way I reacted is what people saw. They didn't see what was the catalyst. They didn't see what initiated and what started the whole thing. So they only saw how I reacted.
If somebody says something to trigger you and you allow them to react, what happens is you start to make their narrative true. You know, let them speak their own narrative and let your actions speak for itself. I'm not saying get taken advantage of.
Well, hold on. Let's expand on that, because I feel that same exact sentiment whenever it comes to like relationships, because I've been in relationships where like they lose their fucking shit after like a breakup, and what they don't realize is you're giving everything that I thought, like, you're empowering my decision. You're giving me more reason to walk away. You're not giving me less.
I get it.
Like what I've always learned is like, it's not how people handle shit when everything's great. It's how people handle shit when shit is a fan. Like the proverbial.
What they're doing is trying to get over on their ex, whether it's deserved or not.
Get over as in like, yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
I just realized like that wasn't on.
Now I'm fucking blinded.
Now you went.
They're trying to get over on their ex. They're trying to make them look bad. They're trying to control the narrative. And the problem is when we give them control over our emotions, when we react to it, we are giving them that power to kind of control that narrative, rather than, like I said, I'll pray for you.
Right.
Like, you know what? Kill him with fucking kindness. I know what you did to provoke. But here's the thing is
like me, I'm just like, you know what? I hope that whatever is bothering you, whatever, like, you know, darkness that you're in, like this is literally almost word for word what I said. It's like any darkness that you're in or experiencing right now, I hope that you finally find the light, and I hope that you get on the correct path. And literally, as I turned on the light.
Yes, as you turn on the light. But here's the thing, okay?
Yeah. So
when you are mad at a person,
mm-hmm.
whether it's justified or not, okay? So I want to go from both angles on this. It's especially when it's not. But even if it was justified, okay, you're angry at a person. It is not okay to drag other people into that situation, trying to ruin their happiness because you, as a person, are not able to find that happiness for yourself. Or maybe that you're looking for the next thing or place to find that happiness when really you need to be looking inside.
Well, and that's the other thing is like, don't reflect your anger at somebody else onto other people. Like, you know, think about it. Here's a good way to look at it. how would you like it if the shoe was on the other foot? Like, would you like that reciprocated to you? Because if that's the case, then like you got some issues, and I got some tissues for you.
And I agree. So, and the thing is so those of you that don't know, there was a couple situations that's happened in the last week that did not in any way truly involve me and another person. Well, Lindsay, I'll just be real about it. Lindsay, that did not involve us whatsoever. But for some reason,
we're getting the comments now. We stirring up the audience.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because these people, these two individuals,
right,
decided to try and shout some business that number one wasn't true and has been talked about already. And that was the funny part, is they think that they're telling some big fucking secret.
And that's why I always believe that honesty is the best policy, because if you have an open book and you communicate with your friends or lovers or whatever, then there are no secrets. They can't.
Well, that's just it. I mean? The situation had nothing to do with us. And it basically, these people said to another person, hey, you better do this or else I'm going to spill this. And for me, number one, you don't rattle my fucking castle. I'm 43 fucking years old. I have a home. I have 2 kids. I have a fiance. Like, I'm happy. I don't give a fuck about our past. Believe me, I've made some very real mistakes as well, and we've talked about them very, very recently, okay?
And so have I, and Andy's been there for quite a few of them.
But that's what I'm saying. So for these people who are miserable in their own life, think that they're going to spread misery, because misery does love fucking company. We all are familiar with that phrase. You're sadly fucking mistaken, and you're sad as a fucking human being, because the thing is like, you shouldn't bring your fucking drama into my house when I didn't fucking ask for it, invite it, or deserve it in any fucking way. Period. You don't come in and try and like what I'm trying to build. You don't come in and try to fucking destroy. You're not going to. You can't fucking shake me. I'm, like I said, I'm 43 years old, about to be 44. The fuck are you gonna do? Like, at this point, like, you know, there's people that have left my life that I didn't want them to lose. I had no choice in the matter, because the world took them from me, and I'm doing just fine. The fuck makes you think that if you fucking cut yourself off to me and say peace out, am I gonna fucking whine or complain or fucking try and say, oh please, you know, let's have an understanding? Like, I can't make you like me, and I can't make you like yourself. Okay, so.
Well, and that's a key point right there. Is it's a self-esteem issue, and this is what I've learned and have experienced with a lot of relationships and stuff, is a lot of self-esteem, confidence. That's another word. People that are insecure, like, they just, dude, they're like unleashed. It's like a.
When they get insecure in certain situations, and there doesn't mean that they're like, and it could, okay, so it could mean they're insecure in general, but it doesn't always. But if they're insecure in a situation, it does not give them the right to try and lash out at somebody else's happiness because of the whatever they're fucking missing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it almost felt like it was like high school, middle school, like all over again. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm way past that phase.
Like, the problem is the insecurities. Here's the thing with insecurities. Sometimes if you let them get a close enough, if you let them provoke a reaction several times, the reaction, especially if was worded like this, is kind of a subhuman reaction. Like, you should not take target at somebody else's happiness, especially if this people that you're trying to take to target had nothing to do with the situation that you are mad at.
Right.
It literally was as far as me and Lindsay and the situation is happening, these situations had no way involved us, or did we go in and say, hey, you know, and this is where we put our foot down and you're this and that. No. You should have kept your fucking mouth shut. You shouldn't have brought it up.
Well, at the end of the day,
I wish nothing but the best for you. I really do. But just to think that you are going to try and stop my shine or my grind or trying to move forward or trying to build because you're mad at whatever situation, you were sadly fucking mistaken.
Well, and that's the thing. Like you said, misery loves company. And when their house of cards is falling down, they want to tear everybody else's house literally down with them, to make them feel better about themselves. And that just goes back to, just being immature. Like, it literally, at the end of the day, it's like, just rise above your reason. Like, if you have a problem, like, don't go blab your fucking mouth to everybody. Go to the source.
I mean, when I read the message, do you better do this, and that, or I'm going to spill. I'm like, wait a minute. We're all over 40 at this point, and I'm reading
Right?
shit like this, like, do this or I'm going to tell on you. Like,
yeah, like,
what
I
the
literally
fuck?
felt like we were in elementary fucking middle school or some shit. Like, it was like, I'm like, are you fucking for real right now?
Like,
it's like, am I being punked right now? Like, is this a joke? Like, what the fuck?
like, you don't, like,
I'm like going, I've dealt with way worse people, way meaner, way more, like, I'm like, this is laughable. Like, it's just like, I'm literally like to the point where like this.
a dilapidated attempt to fucking, like, take it. Like, you're okay, so let it out. Go ahead, tell who you think it is, and then, like, see if it's gonna shake anybody's fucking tree. You're not shaking my tree. I'm just letting you know that. Anybody out there with ill will towards me, I wish you nothing but the best. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit. Please keep my name out of your fucking mouth. But the thing is like, you're not gonna shake my household. You're not gonna shake my foundations. Like, I've built way too much and come way too fucking far on my own blood, sweat, and tears to be where I'm at now. To fucking have anybody try and tear that down.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. Like, you literally said, like, you built a foundation. Like, you have a foundation, right? And the problem is, these people don't have foundations. Like, they're literally trying to build a house with no fucking no support, right? No fucking foundation.
Look, I know cement is expensive, but fuck, pier and beam, that is a thing. Sorry.
House joke. You've heard dad jokes.
Yeah.
Now we got housing jokes.
Yeah, home.
We had caster joke, dad joke. Now fucking
home ownership is a joke. Jesus.
Oh,
anyways,
God,
but
about it.
but yeah, audience, do y'all have any opinions on this kind of thing? Like, we're sitting here on our soapbox and shit.
Well, Sherry says blackmail does not work at all. Byrony, how you doing? She says the best action is no reaction. Learn this one the hard way, but my peace means more than wasting time fighting. Too old for that shit. And in all honesty, like, the few friends that I have kept around, like, in Byrony's one of them, like, I see how she handles stuff. She communicates, talks to me about stuff that, she vents about, stuff like that. But I see how she reacts and how she handles it, and how she handles it with grace, you know what I mean? And not, like, just
so
try to burn their fucking house down. Literally.
Yeah. To that credit,
yeah,
exactly what you're talking about. If you noticed when this all first went down after the show,
yeah,
you notice I stayed Switzerland. I didn't say shit.
Yeah,
I didn't respond. I stayed out of it.
Oh, bro, I didn't respond to what the next day,
and then you responded. But even after that,
yeah,
I sent the meme of I like turtles. That literally was it. I didn't take a side. I didn't comment. I didn't do anything. I didn't get involved until, and even after, I still was very professional. I know there's a few harsh words, but I still very professional in how I delivered my feedback after that.
Right.
But until somebody came after my relationship and my happiness, that's when I got the reaction. Now, there was no fuck you, suck dick, this and that. None of that came out of my mouth.
Right. Because now you're going to their level.
There was no like name calling. There was some stuff that were very intelligent, like insults, but they weren't like, I hope you die, or you fucked up, or none of that. Right. None of that. Even when I addressed the second incident with the other person on the public comment, did I ever go down a threatening path or start throwing slurs and shit? Never once did I do any of that.
So Sherry says, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. Let them talk and be unbreakable by static. Love it. That's quote of the night. Good job, Sherry.
I like to cause static. That's where you hear the best EVPs, is in static.
Yep.
The white noise.
Donna. Hey, Donna. Next door, Donna.
She sent me a friend request today. Hey, I need to get with you on taxes. I have not called because
shit,
I had to print out another thing that I guess apparently I lost, so I have it now, and I need to actually get on that. before I get fined more for late fees.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Hey Donna, thank you by the way for dropping off your cards, and that was really really nice and sweet of you after the show. So appreciate that. I will be handing those out. Andy's got one, obviously.
And Donna, to your deal about don't let them have your brain power. You're absolutely right. When I responded to the second one, it was more of a, hey, if you do not cease using our names in public forum, etc., I will consider this harassment and consider pressing charges. But I left it at that. I said, please do not talk about us anymore. I will do likewise with you. That's why I'm not naming any names this evening. People are smart enough to figure it out on their own if they want to guesstimate, but I'm not going to give anybody else more attention. It's just that you should not, and this, the moral of the story is if a situation doesn't involve a person directly, you should not try and tear down another person's happiness, let alone the person you're trying to argue with in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Move on with life. Quit trying to ruin somebody else's fucking life.
You know what I think it is? I think what it is they knew they couldn't get through me, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, what's the next best thing? Like, let's go through everybody around him, which would be you. And I'm like,
if you're trying to reach out to that person's world and crumble it around them, you're also affecting other people's lives. That's the other thing. Not only should you, the thing is somebody, and it doesn't matter what side you're on, if somebody hurts you, take it as a learning lesson and fucking walk on.
Yeah, and learn something. Take something away that you can learn for other.
Don't sit there and key a truck and try to break into their house.
Oh,
sorry, my bad. But I'm just saying, like learn from the mistake. Don't make it again and move the fuck on. Like the more you try to create misery for that person, the more you're holding yourself in misery. And then when you try to create misery around his circle, his world, or whatever, it affects other people. And that is just a shitty thing to do, period, as far as being a human being.
Here's the worst part. It doesn't affect me. And so, like, if your goal is to affect me by affecting others around me, like, no, because my few friends that I have that are close to me, I have their back. And they know backwards and forwards that I got their back no matter fucking what, because that's just, it's like ride or die. Like, if that's part of being friends with me, it's like, I'm going to have your fucking back. Like, you have my back and I have your back. Like, so if you're going to try to destroy everybody around me, it's not going to work in your favor.
Oh, Don, you said 5% per month. What
is that the IRS charge?
Is that what clarity for us? Because we got a delay on here. So sometimes the things that people answer to, we don't know.
I think that's the IRS like penalty. Or
okay.
5% per month.
Oh, so I'm still
ask Patrick. He's notorious for being late on taxes.
Shit.
Hey Patrick, did you pay taxes on your birthday?
I'm gonna be fucked. I'm gonna be so fucked because that means I got to figure out. I hope you have some availability before the 1st of March.
Oh my
please,
God.
Because I owe this year, and we'll discuss why later. She said yes. Text me. Awesome. Cool. Let's see. Patrick said, okay, what? Nope. Ha ha ha. I don't know what is he referring to? Did you?
I had no idea.
Yep.
Context. You should know from being a host.
Patrick, you know, context.
You should know from being a host on the show that like context is everything. Like we're talking like 17 different subjects at the same time.
But word of advice, ladies and gentlemen, if I promise you, if you think your world's coming down, I promise you, number one, it's not truly. And number two, while you think your world's coming down, don't try and affect other people's worlds. Worry about yours and building it back up. Period.
Oh, Patrick said, "Did I pay taxes?" Nope.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I
called that.
Well, if he did with his jobs, he probably would get money back at this point.
Yeah. You know what honestly saved me this year from having to pay $10,000 in?
I don't want
on top of the $30,000 they already did. Like, I can't wrap my head around how they took out throughout the year $30,000 in taxes, but yet I still owe 10. Like, so wait, you're gonna take 40,000?
He said he totally agrees with Andy. Which part? Please tell me. Yeah, that's never happened. Which part? Please context. Please. I need to know. I fucking need to know. This is awesome.
Patrick never agrees.
It's literally in the comments now. We don't have to timestamp this or anything. It's going to be on Facebook notifications.
Yep, 8:36 p.m.
But yeah, no, it's just, guys, you know, if you get done dirty, Don't give up in love, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't, if you want to, and that's your thing, I'm not going to tell you that you can't be you. But if you truly believe in love, don't let a bad experience let you give up on that. Don't let it change you. Rebuild yourself. Learn from the experience. Don't try to like involve others in the tear down. I know the revenge is a dish best served cold, and we all have gone down the revenge path once or twice or more
John
times.
Wick.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. As long as they're not, you know, they didn't abuse you. Yes, if they abused you and you're in court, go after them. Fuck. I despise that shit. But if it's like, hey, they did me dirty, you know, we split on bad terms, then move on with your fucking life. Okay, and that goes with the you know, do this or else, and I'm cutting you guys off because you did this. Like, same way. Okay, do it. Cut us off and live your life. Don't involve us in anymore because we're not involving you.
Patrick gave you another compliment. What the fuck? Patrick, are you feeling all right?
Yes. Destroying someone like, all right, cool. Again, agree with Andy. Damn, he's full of wisdom tonight. Fuckhead.
You had to throw in the
fuckhead. You know I'm full of wisdom all the time. It's just you had your role in the show is the fucking Andy, shut the fuck up. Like,
Andy, you talk too goddamn much.
Do you see me laughing? Hey, your corner's still blue, just has a little bit of red on it. Marvel!
Damn.
Yes, Marvel has taken over. I'm probably gonna get some Funkos.
I was wondering, like, Andy, when are you gonna decorate the corner over there?
I got some collectibles to put over here. We'll figure something out. I'll have a Captain America up there soon, or a Shield, or some shit.
No, to add to your to what you were saying and stuff, and this is what I try to like instill and talk to other people is like understand.
My name is not Andrew, Patrick. It's Andy. Sorry, go ahead.
Is when you harbor like hate and stuff like that, is like what you're gonna realize is the world around you is gonna collapse. Because if you ever read the book The Secret, like positivity, like brings positivity.
You are what you put into the fucking world.
Exactly. If you exude negativity, guess what's gonna get handed back to you? Negativity.
It's the basic simple. It's so simple. This is how you break it down. If you've like somebody gives you something to do, a project, let's just call it a project, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is so hard to do. I'm not gonna fucking meet the deadline. I don't know how to do this, and blah blah blah. And if you approach the entire project like that, guess what's gonna fucking happen?
Andrew says, hi, I'm Andrew, not Andy.
Jesus Christ, I love it. What the fuck's gonna happen if you approach something like that? Of course you're gonna fucking fail. And the thing is if you fail if you change your mindset, you do all the positive shit and you fucking like, I'm going to do this, and you still fail, guess what? It's a learning fucking experience. Move on and do something else.
You know, in all honesty,
like,
so like,
letting it stop you.
All right. So like to your point about failure and stuff, because like I, for one, and I know this is going to sound really fucking weird, I love failure because it teaches you. And you learn something, and you walk away with something you didn't have before, which is called knowledge.
Next thing you know, Devin's gonna be like, fail on purpose.
Yeah. No, actually, there is literally.
Stop it! Don't.
No, I'm not.
That's the one piece of motivational advice I don't like is fail on purpose.
I am.
I don't want to lose my job. Like,
what?
You know what? Sir, Mr. VP, I'm not going to be able to deliver on that date because you know what? I just want to fail on purpose. Like, no.
Okay. That's not what I'm referring to at all. Thank you, fucking
like,
Andy.
No, I'm just saying, like, I value my career. So,
well, yeah, I mean, I value my career too, obviously. But like, the thing is people are afraid to for change, right? Like, so they're very much on their path, and that's it. Like, that's. You know, I don't want to deviate. I don't want to change because change is difficult, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is like, you're going this route, but you're not learning anything. You're just going with the flow. You're fucking an amoeba, right? You're water, basically. You're filling the shape of whatever your fucking container is in.
Yeah.
My thing is like, fuck the container. Sometimes you got to splash the fuck out.
Sometimes you got to be a brain-eating amoeba.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get in there and just eat the fucking brain.
Parasite that knowledge, y'all. Get us some music in the background.
Yeah, what happened to our music? We had it earlier.
Man.
Oh, you know what I did? I didn't do it on a loop. That's why.
A lot of organic material coming out tonight. Yes, for sure, man. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Misery loves company. Somebody fuck you over. Don't dwell on it. Move on.
What is up, Tiffany? How you doing?
The world will get them back. The world will get them back eventually. Just fucking move on. Don't interfere in other people's fucking happiness. Let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Live your life. Go find what makes you happy. Because I guarantee you, trying to make somebody else's life unhappy, truthfully, isn't going to make you happy. You are going to think it is in the short term. Long term, it is not. Not giving forgiveness and staying anger and bitter will fucking eat you alive. 100%.
I mean, I learned that a perfect example with Ryan, one of my buddies that came in on the podcast several times. Like, I was literally heated and angry with him because there was a whole bunch of pictures that were posted of my ex hanging out with his wife, and I was like, I lost my shit, like, you know. And
I thought you were gonna be like, those nudes I sent him leaked. Damn, just kidding.
And no, and the thing is like, I learned that like you can't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Like, I was pissed off about the situation. I looked at it like I wouldn't have done that with him and his situation. So like, I felt disrespected. I felt like, you know, like
Patrick said, I remember that, Devin.
I feel like I got stabbed in the back, right? So I was like, dude, I'm like, how the fuck did you do that to me? And then I realized, like, you know what? I was the one at fault. I was the one like that reacted in come to find out he was asleep, which I should have known because Ryan goes to sleep at like 9.
Like, some of us do that. Some of us.
So he is capable. Like, he is a stick, like, be a Saturday night, like, let's party, blah, blah, blah. His ass is already in bed. And I'm like going, dude, live a little. Like, come on. Like, join the rest of society. He's like, no, I gotta sleep.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sometimes I'm like, fuck sleep. You can sleep when you're dead, bro. That's my philosophy.
So, and since we are all giving pieces of advice, the wise and always awesome Patrick Martin says, sometimes you have to have a break. Also, then take a break from that break and then have a vacation. And once you come back from vacation, also take a break. So don't forget those words. That is very true. Never have wiser words been spoken. Ask the Europeans. They take like 3 months off. Their government's taking a shit too as well. Or their economy, excuse me, not government. Yeah. But I'm sure their government's shitting too. I don't know.
Oh, so speaking of economy and stuff like that. So when we were talking about like the interest rates and all that sort of stuff, right? Just real fast.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, sorry. No, my old buddy Danny Martin from Center 580 West Frisco just commented. He said, life is too short not to enjoy every single minute of it. Absolutely. Hey, cheers to you, Danny. Thank you for tuning in tonight. He is, I think, a first-time listener, so we're definitely take a drink to him for sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of
we do appreciate that. We're on every Tuesday night, 7 to 9. Sometimes, quite often, we go past the 9 p.m. hour, but tonight we started, 7:20 something?
Yeah, something like that. We're having technical difficulties, as usual. As par for the course.
Yeah, we had to restart the computer like 9 times.
Yeah. And then we found the trick that the video board, we have to like reset it 20 times in a row. And then it'll all of a sudden work. So bizarre.
Jamari, thank you for tuning in tonight. She needs a break as well. Devin, when is your next party? We're not sure. We're in the midst of planning it. The thing is, it's going to probably be a block party because...
Yes, it will be a block party, and it will be insane because this block don't fuck
this block is so I moved...
Just so y'all know, like... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Devin's been here for 20 years, okay?
Yeah.
I'm new resident. I will be a year in May. And I will to tell you, as far as the neighborhoods I lived in, renting and homes I
would love to hear your analysis.
The group of people here, as far as like-minded individuals, is freaking awesome. If you have not listened within the last 2 months about what goes on in this street, and the craziest thing is our neighbors all look out for each other. Even before I barely knew my next door neighbor, we threw a party. It started dying down. A couple of people called an Uber for obvious reasons because we applaud safety at our house. But they called an Uber, and the Uber actually pulled up, and my neighbors are so... it was super late. It was like 2 or 3 a.m. So if that tells you about my neighbors too, they were out. But because the Uber pulled up and parked in front of his house and looks creepy, my neighbor Sean actually walked out and said, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you parked in front of my neighbor's house?" Barely knew me too as well. And so yeah, this neighborhood is freaking awesome. We're out every Friday or Saturday night. It's just the whole neighborhood comes together, and so the parties. We're trying to plan the next one and figure it out because the next 2 weekends, for me at least, I will not be able to be here because I have prior obligations. Devin's coming with me for an obligation this weekend, and then the weekend after that actually is I have to go mourn somebody, unfortunately, but also it is an anniversary mixed in there. We're trying to make a best of a bad situation, which is, I know, a contradiction. But the thing is the next 2 weekends are a little blocked up. But the thing is, this neighborhood never stops partying.
It's never a dull moment.
There was a Thursday night within the last 2 weeks. My neighbor may or may not have been driving his riding lawnmower that he does not need because our yards aren't that big up and down the street at 10:45 at night. But that's okay because I make noise too. My air compressor is going off all hours of the fucking night when I'm out in the garage building shit. So we great neighborhood for sure.
Jamari, so not this weekend, but next weekend we can plan on something going down. And Donna, you too, and Sherry as well. And hell, Danny, I don't know where you live. I've never met you, but if you want to come hang out.
Danny, we're in Lake Dallas. Just let you know, over off Swisher. The traffic sucks around here. Shady Shores sucks as far as being a road, but hey, we have a good time.
Hey, and Tiffany, I don't know if you're ever around here. I know every once in a while you run to Denton, so if you ever in the hood, you can surely stop by.
Shamari, the parties, trust me, they do happen on a Saturday, not a Sunday. Most of us do have to work that Monday morning, but when they happen on a Saturday, it's very dangerous. There was the neighbors across the street. I see them outside all the fucking time, okay? They're a Brazilian couple, absolutely phenomenal, super friendly. One time we had a party and we ended up in their house at their little bar, and literally I've seen them every single day outside at least 2 to 3 times a day since I've lived here. That was the first day I saw no movement from the house. Was the next Sunday after that night. There was no movement the entire day, none out front at least. So,
bro, they were partying hard.
Oh, they, just them, huh? Right?
Yeah, well,
not us. We weren't partying at all.
No,
we were not 7 shots in talking about throw the salt in your mouth. You don't lick it.
Dude, I had to take a break and go to the restroom because I was like, if I'm going to stay here longer, I'm going to be in a coma. Because they just kept pouring shot after, and they were like, "Oh, do you like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And they're like, "Here." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Just because I like it doesn't mean I want it.
Donna, you said you've nicknamed him Celtus or Celtus? I don't know how to pronounce that. Who? Sean?
Celtus? Is that Cletus? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, Cletus.
It's supposed to be Cletus.
Yeah. Okay, Cletus. Now, Sean is a jack of all trades as well. He's got a lot of, between Jason, Don, you, me, and Sean, as far as fucking tools and fucking shit that you need to get a job fucking done, we literally have everything within a fucking 30-yard radius, dude. Pretty fucking crazy.
I'll never forget.
The only thing we're missing is a lift. That's the only thing we're missing.
Oh, dude, that's the whole reason why I did Toyota.
What if we all pitched in and had bought that lot over there?
Bro, no bullshit. I was literally looking at it I was like, I can build my shop there.
We could all throw in, build a shop, and have 2 or 3 lifts in it for our own.
That
would have been dope. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, it would be. Dude,
why do we
not do this? Why do we not think about this?
We don't have an HOA, so
this is true.
And you guys, believe it or not, we don't have an HOA, but believe it or not, most yards are pretty manicured. Mine has no grass growing in it because I have a 50-foot cottonwood that puts shade over my entire yard and grass can't fucking grow. It sucks. But anyways, it's a great neighborhood to be in. You're too young to remember. I remember Hee Haw. I watched reruns. I grew up in the 80s. I know
we're 80s children.
Yeah, I grew up in the 80s, so I saw reruns. I mean, shit, people are like, you're too young to remember MASH. Are you fucking kidding me? My dad watched reruns forever.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of MASH.
I couldn't help but be a big fan of MASH because my dad watched it all the time. Klinger always wearing his dresses and shit. It was fun. It was funny for the time. It was a different type of humor, you know?
Right.
Nobody was offended.
Facts.
But babies. I'm not. I mean, okay,
babies.
Fair enough, but I'm not babies. I've put 43 years down so far. I'm getting there. Like,
Hey, Donna, thank you for not making us feel old. I mean, like, see all this.
I appreciate that, Donna, but you saying babies is not making the years come any fucking slower. Like,
Facts.
since I had a kid, man, since I had Jackson, the last 9 years, they're gone. Like, it's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. Knucking futs.
Knucking futs.
Yep.
Yeah.
My child is 42. Holy fuck shit. Yeah, I got a long way to go. It's why I don't want. It's also why I don't want to have kids now too, is because I don't want to be like, 60, 70, watching my kids grow across the stage. Like, I'm already going to be in my 50s, almost 60s as they cross. So, I'd like to, the life expectancy for men is not exactly on the rise right now. So, especially with all the dumb shit we do on fucking TikTok. I wonder why it's getting banned.
Well, especially, yeah. No, especially like once I get the crazy carts going and the fucking Quadzilla going. Yeah, like this neighborhood's. Oh, dude, holy shit! I just thought of something. Do you imagine us with all the? I have 6 crazy carts, right? You, me, Sean,
we have,
Jason.
We really, honestly, we do have a neighborhood.
We will rip up the block, bro.
we have a neighborhood of some grown ass kids. That's
we do.
It's not
fucking
bullshit.
It's fucking great.
Danny said his kids are 30 and 25. See, he's got me beat too as well. Like,
yep.
And what's really crazy is even people like I used to grow up with, they've got me beat like a motherfucker. Like, I don't, sometimes I feel pretty young at heart, and then I see their kids that have already graduated and about to go to college, or one of them getting fucking married, and I'm like, what the fuck? I am old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your kid graduated fucking high school. Like, mine's barely even, not even in junior high yet. Like, it's like, man, I'm getting up there. Like, I'm starting to.
The kids I babysitted are now have kids.
Babysat.
Baby.
Like, it's like, wait, does that
work?
No, it doesn't. We must be in the 9 o'clock. Oh no, we're not in the 9 o'clock hour yet. So
we're 6 minutes shy.
Yeah. So we don't have to go off the rails yet.
Correct. But yeah, like it's crazy. It's like an eye-opening thing when it's like, holy shit, I babysit them, and now they're fucking having kids.
Yes.
Like, I'm like,
you remember Mario, right?
Yeah.
So Mario, I used to babysit his oldest daughter and his youngest daughter. Okay. And the other day I'm going through Facebook, and the oldest daughter, she's fucking getting married. Like, and like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like how fast shit has gone. Like, I used to babysit her. Like, she was older, so I didn't have to babysit her.
Yeah.
Like, she helped me watch the younger one.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is they needed to make sure there was an adult around in case some shit emergency happened. She was like 11 or 12 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's married now. She's like got a life, and like bought and her I guess they were fiance at the time. They bought a fucking house. Like,
it's
like
so crazy.
Yeah. And you want to talk about like. Yeah.
What's even more crazy is like, so one of the kids that I like taught math to and stuff like that. I don't know if I told you the story. Like, literally got to the last problem and couldn't solve it. You know how like problems go in like math? It's like it goes from easiest to like the hardest, right? And I go, you mean you solved 19 problems and you can't solve the fucking 20th problem? I didn't say it like that, but I was like, I found it like just I couldn't wrap my head around he has a fiance, and like and I'm like going,
God said let there be math, and then the devil said here's some algebra. AB plus C does not equal, or A and B does not equal C. Like, I hate algebra, but anyways, that's a whole different thing. But yes, no, it makes dude, it's just fucking crazy, like eye-opening and whatnot. But I gotta say, I still feel pretty sprightly for a 43-year-old. Like, I love my dad, I always have, but like, I'm in much better shape than he was at 43. Like, I really am. I know,
and I try to think of like when what my parents, were doing, or like when they were my age and stuff like that, and I'm just like going,
like, I'm not thin by any means, and the camera will totally put that out there. But the thing is like, I love my dad and no ill will whatsoever. But like, I can tell you right now, I'm in better shape than he was at 43. Like, he was much, much heavier than I am now. And he was about maybe an inch and a half taller at the most. And so, yeah, like I'm definitely in a different spot, especially mentally. Like, and I'm sure, Devin, you can agree. Like, even the street has kind of refused to grow up.
I know
It really has, man.
I mean, I literally like that one party where we all went hard. Like we literally went from house to house and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I have not done this since I was like in high school. Like literally house party to house party. I was like going, and I'm doing this in my 40s. Like this is crazy.
I don't do that.
I just like,
I
don't do that.
We got
like
the Halloween neighborhood with Jello shots for the adults and the candy bucket for the kids. Like,
dude, Halloween was pretty dope. Like, especially with the screen and the playoffs going on, fucking World Series. Like, that was like literally a memory for like lifetime.
Yeah, those of you who don't know, if you're looking for a place to take your kids to go trick or treat, and we throw, it's not really a block party, but ends up being something like that. We had the World Series on a giant 14-foot screen, and we had Jello shots in an adult basket or adult cooler, and then we had a kids cooler too with Capri Suns, and then the candy bucket and stuff. So it's a good time. It really is. This whole neighborhood's a great time. You're welcome to just bring on by. It's called Come Off Shady Shores, and it's a Winding Oak Bend. Thousand Oaks to get here, but Winding Oak Bend is what we're on, right?
Yeah.
And
it's a long ass street. It literally fits the name because it winds around.
Yeah, and if you're in the elbow, you're in our area. If you're in the elbow of the street, that's where we're at.
And actually, we noticed that by the pond in the beginning of the subdivision, there's people around our age and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, we need to recruit them for the party. Let them know, like, hey, if the garage is up,
yep,
party's on.
Met my current fiance in this neighborhood 2 houses down 13 years ago. And now I live here. If that don't tell you something, I don't know what does, you know.
And it's funny because like I have a lot of friends that are like looking at houses and stuff like that. And like the close ones, I'm like, you should totally buy a house here because I'm like, it is lit. Like it's like like I never grew up in an area like this.
Well, we're tucked back in, and we have what considered like a green belt area type area, and we're right next to the lake on top of that.
Yeah.
So we actually see wildlife here too as well. Like for the first month I moved in here, actually, I mean, it might have been the second month, but there was a huge, and I'm not exaggerating, like, oh, this is the first time you saw one. No, I've seen some big ass birds. A huge fucking owl flew through my backyard, and I've got a small backyard, if that tells you anything. Like it had to have at least probably a 5 foot to 6 foot wingspan. This thing was fucking big.
Well, that's like I was driving home one day and I literally like slowed down to a stop in the subdivision because I saw a bald eagle flying, like literally right over my house.
They hang out by the lake every now and then.
I know, and I was just like, dude, I went to Dallas to go to the nest that they supposedly spotted, and then they fenced it all off because you know they're protected and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, meanwhile, I could have just went looked up. And I was like, and you know, like it's unmistakable. Like when they're flying, like you know exactly what it is. It's very unmistakable.
So coworkers of mine were actually privileged enough that little lake pond, whatever you want to call it, out in front of our office building, which is over there off not business 121, 121 bypass by the mall. They actually saw a bald eagle in that little area. There's a river, like the Trinity goes right by there, but the thing is this is just a business like man-built pond type.
Yeah, it's like a water retention is what they call it.
Fucking bald eagle swooped down and snatched a fucking one of those small water birds straight out the fucking water and took off. They all saw it. And they're like, "You missed it today, man."
I'd be like, "You need to have a game cam, like, or some kind of camera, like, focused on that shit."
Nature's fucking awesome.
Nature. What is it? Metal. What is it? Nature's metal.
Nature's metal as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick was one of the first people, like, he would pull down in the subdivision right off of Shady Shores, and there'd be deer. And he told me about it. I go, there ain't no fucking deer over there. Sure enough, I was driving home one night, and I'm like, damn, lo and behold, there's deer right there, just chilling.
Yep.
If you go, I need to take you out to Westlake Park. Remember the slab where I used to, I don't know if you were around back then, but I had a stainless steel 6-burner grill. It was a charbroil. I used to load it in the back of the Tundra, take it over to Westlake Park, and we used to call it the slab. And people would ask me, like, hey, are we going
Westlake Park? Isn't that Party Cove?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
The slab. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the slab. And so we'd go party. This was before I had a boat, obviously. We'd go to the slab, and I'd bring, and it was funny because the smoke, you know, and would go to the boats. And then people would swim over from the Party Cove and be like, what y'all cooking?
Nothing. Go get your own fucking portable.
Yeah, you got a
grill, put it on
boat.
Your boat.
Okay.
You can afford a boat. You can afford a fucking grill.
Exactly.
Trying to eat my shit. You gonna invite us back out, swim on your boat? Like shit.
But I can't wait till this summer, man. It's gonna be awesome. I had some really good times out on my parents' boat. I haven't really, honestly, like as much money as I spent on this boat, I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on it. But I'm hoping to change all that, especially with.
Have you been out to look at it since the heavy rains?
No, I need to go out there. And plus, I need to look at the wiring situation.
I've seen some I've seen some pictures of areas of different lakes and how high they've come up. So
yeah,
I would go do that sooner than later. At least check on the.
Yeah, and I haven't checked it since the fire that happened at the marina, and I haven't checked it since. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
So
Would have been the first thing I did.
Some genius in their infinite wisdom decided to put a space heater in their engine bay.
That seems legit.
Yeah, you know, gas and electrical heater. Yeah, it's brilliant. So evidently it caught the boat on fire and half of the marina, and luckily people sent me pictures.
And you haven't been over there since?
Yeah, I haven't been over there since. I know.
Devin.
I'm a terrible owner.
Devin.
I just paid a fucking bill every month. I just
pay. Yes, you're right. You pay the bill, but don't forget what you spent on that outboard or on the
the motor and the outboard both.
Yeah, don't. Oh,
yeah, like I spent more on the motor and the outboard than I paid for the entire boat. Like that's how much money is fucking literally in that fucking. But it's also why I have it insured for like $500,000.
Just sell it and get another big one.
I'm going to. I don't know what I'm gonna get or
no, stop it. Don't go bigger. Same size.
No, you know I got to go bigger.
No, you don't.
Look at this Andy.
Folks, he will never listen. He will.
Nope.
Devin's like he's gonna do his
when I got something in my head.
He's gonna have whatever. He's gonna tell somebody this is what I want written on my tombstone, and I'm gonna come and fucking cran. He fucking never listens to anything. Like he asked for advice and he still does what Devin wants.
Damn right. No, I want to have a cruiser that I can actually like. I mean, I can take this boat out to the ocean because it's yacht certified, but I want one that I actually have a full kitchen on board and sleeping quarters with air conditioning and all that shit. And he's all shaking his head.
I'm gonna stay with my pool. If I
can't quite park a boat in a pool, bro.
If I win the lottery, I'll go. I mean, I could. Cost a lot of money.
Get a crane.
Crane it over the house.
Just over the house and just drop it.
Do it like Step Brothers and build it over the pool so it's like a tree house. Like the pirate ship.
Now you're giving me ideas. Like now I gotta go find an abandoned boat. And then I'm gonna have a slide from the boat into the pool. How fucking awesome would
like
that
the
be?
boat's over it, but the slide comes out and comes back down into the pool.
Yes.
Oh,
love
Jesus
it.
Christ. Devin's got the space for it, I know.
I got so much room for activities.
I'm surprised he hasn't built a slide from his fucking his bedroom window yet. Like I'm waiting for that.
Oh, bro, you haven't seen the blueprints. I got some pretty.
Nope.
I got some pretty wicked plans that I had my architect draw out. I have different phases. So, like, I have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3.
Lindsay said you need a wakeboard boat for your nephews.
No, fuck a wakeboard boat. You know you can wakeboard behind my boat. It's got like 500 fucking horsepower. It's got more horsepower than most boats on the water.
Yeah, but you gotta have that deep dip.
I can wake surf behind my
He's
boat.
like, I put my trim tabs down. Yes.
Yeah, so just Lindsay, just so you know, wakeboard boats have ballasts they fill with water to get a
sink the bottom.
Yeah, to sink the. I don't need that because my boat weighs 12,000 pounds. Their boat weighs like 4,000, so they need to fill it up with.
Your boat still weighs too much. Leave me
alone. Yeah,
Jesus.
Trust me, I know.
It weighs so much when he goes over a speed bump at 5 miles an hour. The boat jumps off the trailer.
It does.
It stays on it because it's strapped down, but it does bounce at least 2 inches of space off the trailer. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking big. That's what she said. Oh man, yes, it is definitely past 9 o'clock.
Yes. But yeah, Lindsay, I don't know if you have any wakeboards or if you have any bindings or anything like that, but I have 3 wakeboards. I'm actually looking to sell them. But I mean, I can hang on to if you want to find bindings that fit. That'll save you like probably $700,000
For what?
Wakeboard. They're expensive.
I'm not getting a wakeboard boat. I got a pool.
No, she was talking about like a wakeboard boat. I have a wakeboard boat. I just don't have the tower.
We'll figure. I'll stand up there and hold the rope. Don't even worry.
Do you remember the time when my parents had the bullet?
Yeah,
And we
I
used
remember
to-
there
we
was the
used to
time.
pull-
The time? You mean the times?
Yeah, there was many times.
Oh, don't know how we didn't puke in that thing. Between the elastic fucking cord,
Yes,
that keeps
the bungee
pulling,
cord,
and then
the
the
bungee
fact that
cord.
the bullet spins and you're rolling the whole entire time, just rolling over.
You want to hear something fucked up? They discontinued both of those.
I know they discontinued a lot of watercraft shit, man. It's like
A
those,
lot of
those-
shit that
those-
was like legal is now
yeah,
illegal.
the ones you could fly.
Yes, Cody has
Yeah,
one.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he fucking does. I'm sure you can find one somewhere. Lindsay asked if we ate dinner. I ate. I had a sandwich and some food on the way over here, but like I'm not starving.
Yeah, I have not eaten dinner yet. I ate it.
I just spent a bunch of fucking money on groceries. Again, inflation.
Oh, dude.
Like I don't even want to. Yeah, it's like ridiculous. And that's at Walmart.
Yeah.
Who's all still hanging out with us tonight? See, there's 8 of y'all. I'm 1. Devin's 2. Patrick's 3.
We got one on
At least 5. Who all still hanging out with us this evening?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? What are y'all doing? What's happening?
Do you want to ask us any questions? Is there anything that you're curious about with the the Frustration Unlimited podcast hosts?
Yes. What would you like to know?
I mean, we covered our
This is
favorite
your
drinks.
segment, audience.
You know what we drink, or at least used to. Ashley said you haven't read any of my comments. She says she's here. We did read some of them.
Actually, yes. If you're talking about the mani pedi, whenever you want to come, maybe Sunday. Wait, does that include the massage? Because I got a massage table too, and I got hot stones, and I got a massage chair,
So
and I got the lotion warmer. Like I got it all. Like I got the setup. I could run my own fucking spa. from
let's
there.
go get some shoes. Get some shoes.
See, I knew she was gonna comment on that.
What? When am I gonna do your spa, mani pedi?
Yep. See, I knew she was gonna go.
Man,
What's up, Amy? First time here. What up, y'all?
I'm not gonna lie, man. When those Asian ladies massage my feet and my calves, like,
Oh,
I'd
man,
be,
that's
I'd be trying to
definitely-
take a nap, man. I'd be like, they're like, what? Well, what? You all right? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out. I reckon like 5-6 minute more. Like, you know, like it's so good.
It's so good.
Like 5-6 time already. And she like, you Americans so stupid.
Well, that's kind of why I bought the massage chair, because I was like, you know what? Then I don't have to rely on anybody else. I can just sit in that motherfucker, which
Not
I
the
have.
same.
I know it.
Not the same.
I don't know. Mine is pretty good, but yes, it's not the same.
Them ladies
such.
put that bag on your fucking calves, and I don't know what the fuck they put in there.
Paraffin.
But like, yeah, sure.
Paraffin wax. That's what it
Perfin.
is.
They
Perfin.
be perfin.
They
They,
be
they put perfin on my legs, right? And they massage that shit. And it's just like, oh my God, I want to go to sleep right now. And then you put your feet in that warm water. And you're like, I gotta pee now.
You're like, hold up, I gotta get up and go pee.
Damn it! Do you have some of those fake flip flops? I gotta go to the bathroom. You made me have to piss.
All right, next time I'm bringing my fuzzy slippers in.
Yeah, right. For real, for real. The ones with the little bells on them, they're gonna have fucking bunny ears and shit. Your camera's really dark for some reason.
I know. I was noticing that too. I was like, why is mine so dark?
Because of that black car
So
comment
dark.
you made earlier. Racist.
Well, that's why I turned the light on. I was like, maybe I was hoping it would like lighten up, and I'm like, nope, it definitely ain't.
Nope.
Well, it's darker on here, on this screen right here, than it is over here. It's weird.
She's like, I need to take lessons for all that. I'm still learning simple massages. Literally, all you have to do is just run your clients, run your. I'm not gonna do. You know what?
Yeah, Andy, do that motion again.
Never mind. I'm stopping right there. But if you,
Hey,
if
Ashley,
you,
there's a good clip.
if you do, all you gotta do is rub their Achilles tendon and seriously the back of their calf, and pretend like you know what you're doing, and matter of fact, practice on your calf, and whatever feels good, do that to somebody else's calf, because it's more than likely that feels good on their calf too.
Also, like the gun, like those massage guns. Like I'm on my second one right now. Those things are fucking for the knots and stuff like that. Like, dude,
They make one where the ball heats up.
I have that, and it cools down too. It does both, dude. It's like I saw that shit and I go, fuck all the other massage.
Devin bought it on adamandeve.com.
No, bro, I'm all about making this house my sanctuary, right? So like I bought all of the things to make this like legit a sanctuary. That's why I never fucking leave, bro. Like I got everything here. I don't have to go anywhere.
I get it. Like I've been sitting in my hot tub like the last fucking week or so, and like we have thoroughly been enjoying the fact that, you know what, it's spring and it's still really fucking chilly. But guess the fuck what?
It feels great.
Yeah, man, it's not bad at all. I have zero complaints.
No, like and actually, I'm looking at getting one of those fiberglass hot tubs for that very reason. Because I'm like, the pool ones are great, but like the fiberglass ones are like fucking night and day difference.
They got massage like lounge thing.
Yeah, like with 700 jets.
Yes, because I want to relax.
And they got air bubbles.
Yeah, I think you know what? I'll get in there and I'm gonna float. I'm gonna put the earplugs in and float in the pitch black. It's gonna be like my float tank.
It'll be a float tank.
Yes.
We'll make it salt water so that way you float easily.
I tried to float in my hot tub. It did not work.
You gotta have salt water for
the
that.
The drain sucks your feet down to the bottom. You're like, damn it, I'm standing again. What the fuck? Oh man, the audience is quiet this evening.
They are. They're too busy enamored by your float.
Let me float. Buy some shoes, some water shoes, some Crocs.
Some Crocs. They float too, by the way.
They're pool friendly. They all float down here.
They do.
So says it.
Hey, speaking of, I got one of those gigantic fucking super strong magnets. Supposedly pulls up 1,200 pounds.
Oh, you want to go fishing with it?
No, I want to go drag that bitch behind the boat, see what we pull up.
I don't know if you want to.
I know, right?
We're going to end up on those TikToks where they find a gun and they have to arrest the guy for finding the gun before they can. Yeah. No, thank you. I don't know how I'm going to explain it to work. Like, I got arrested for possession of a firearm that was involved in a murder. Like, what were you doing? I pulled it out of the bottom of a lake. Did you throw it there? No. No, I did not. The murder was in 1985, and unless I was shooting people at 5 years old, not me.
Sherry says, "Oh my god, I would pay to be there Magnet Day." Well, actually, so I have my whole scuba tank and all that, the regulators and all that sort of shit. I was actually like tempted to do the magnet and then also do the scuba tank.
So there's a dude that is on Louisville's page all the time, and he scubas occasionally in fucking Louisville, and he has got one of those like, which is a big thing now for the people who are scuba certified. They go and dive rivers and shit, and they're like, look what I found, isn't that? And they find somebody's phone, and there's all kinds of shit that they shouldn't be looking at. After it dries out. I'm gonna plug this into my fucking computer and hope I don't get a virus.
But yeah, like I can't wait to use that thing. I'm like, it's gonna be fun times. Oh, you know what? I saw somebody take one of those and then go to the arcade, where they have like the PlayStation 5 and all that shit, and literally do the magnet and then pull the thing out and then drop it into the bin. I was like, new use unlocked.
Cheaters. Meanwhile, whatever electronic device you're getting, you're erasing all the info.
All right, don't put it near your wallet.
So Donna said, my dad was making magnet poles from an old
Catho ray tube. Oh, from a CRT TV, old school TV.
Oh, okay.
Tube TV. They called it tube TV, like the old school, like fat TVs. Like a 32-inch would weigh like 100 pounds.
Oh, Sherry, is it over in the Cove? We might find him one day.
My keys to my car at the bottom of Lake Ray Roberts.
Is his boat mind you, his boat was probably not coming out of the slip. Now, Devin,
I mean, I have.
I will say, if we put a magnet and dredge the bottom of fucking Lake Louisville, you better be ready to hit stop because there's probably some heavy shit down there that's going to pull us off the fucking boat if we try to, or at least have it tied.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was going to have somebody hold it and then have the other end tied to a cleat. So that way it'll like literally, but then we're going to be only trolling. Like we're not going to be obviously full speed because I don't want to rip the fucking cleat off the boat.
Like the whole boat just
like all of a sudden the boat just like
turn.
abrupt stop. We're like, oh shit, we hit something fucking big.
That was scary.
No, that's one of the reasons why I was going to bring my scuba tank and stuff like that. So that way, if there is something big, I can dive down there and figure out like what it is. And then obviously in that murky, fucking muddy ass water.
Crappy thing about magnet fishing is you're not going to find much jewelry. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to find a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, it's just not magnetic.
No. And that part sucks. You might find some copper jewelry. Oh, no, wait. Copper magnet? Wait, no.
Nope.
That's right. No.
Oh, but I do have a also what I have is a underwater metal detector. So I don't know if you've followed that one scuba guy who dives the rivers and stuff, the one that found the guns. Yeah, he's got the metal detector. I saw that and I was like, okay, I have the scuba equipment. I was like, I need the magnet and I need the freaking metal detector. And so yeah, I have one of those too. Still on the box. I haven't even taken it out yet.
Yep. Definitely. We go metal detecting on Lindsay's dad's old property.
Oh yeah,
as a mechanic used to be there. Used to live there, and I mean like old school mechanic. We found some pretty cool shit.
What'd you find?
Nothing worth like super value, but like we found an old Chrysler like emblem light.
Yeah,
I mean super old.
Hey, anybody in the audience, have you ever gone metal detecting? If so, what have you found?
What is the coolest shit you have found?
Yeah.
Yes, we found bullets, but is there anything else that you found besides the fucking coin?
So, like,
unless it was worth money.
So I have relatives in the Pennsylvania, New York area.
That'd be a good area.
Yeah. So we used to, mason jars. We used to find them because of the metal collar that they had on them. So we would take the metal detector. And like we found some of the coolest bottles and mason jars and shit like that. Like the old milk jugs and shit like that, the little glass ones, like, and they were like super thick glass. Like you literally, if you threw that at somebody, you could probably kill them. Like that's how like thick the shit was.
I found some old broken porcelain that they used to do with headlights.
Oh, have you seen the porcelain that they used to use for telephone lines?
Maybe that's what it was.
So it's like a bell-shaped looking thing.
Is it white?
Yeah, white. Usually
Maybe
white.
That's what I found them.
So what it is they used to use that for transmission of power lines. So they would wrap it and then pull it, and then that was like basically because it obviously doesn't conduct electricity.
Very interesting. The more you know, folks. The more you know.
So yeah, I found quite a few of those. We found them in other colors too. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, like it's interesting finding that stuff because you try to put together the story behind it. Like, why is this here? Like, how did it get here? What's the story behind it? Found old coins and stuff like that. Found some jewelry. But I haven't done it in years. My mom used to have a really badass. You remember, when you go to the airport, Garrett is most of the brand name for metal detectors. Even the handheld ones, those are usually Garrett. So her metal detector was actually Garrett, and it was like phenomenal. Like for back in the day, for what it was, I think she paid like $600-800 for it, and that was back in the day. So like it was like the top of the line. But like we used to find all sorts of shit. Like it was really cool.
Ooh, we got some comments. Sherry said, "Oh wait, I already talked about the Lake Ray Roberts." Donna said, "Airplane radars."
I think this is just talking about the cathode ray tubes.
Oh, okay. I get it. And then Amy said she found a lot of trash.
But the coolest thing I found was an old candelabra.
Do you know what that is?
Yes. Isn't that what like the Hanukkah candelabra, right?
I don't know. I thought that was a
thing that has like multiple places for candles to basically sit. Candelabra.
I'm pretty sure the Jewish one is not called that. I thought
menorah.
That was a menorah. Yeah.
Yes. But I was like giving you a reference point. Like that's what a candle.
Okay.
In my head, I don't know if it's right.
It's like what's his name was in the Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Okay, so yeah, she said it's like a candle holder that they used to hold a candlestick, like they used before electricity. So speaking of that, I did find old lanterns, the old kerosene like lanterns and shit, like the miners and stuff used.
Devin, what did I tell you about that?
I knew you were gonna go there.
Wait, no, sir, we are not serving them. You
We
stop
will
that.
not serve miners here.
Jesus. God, man, you're gonna incriminate yourself. Miners like in rock.
Yes, rock and gems and precious minerals, that kind of miner. Not like a miner as like you're under 18 or 17, whatever the fuck it is here.
Oh,
I don't know because I don't fuck around with that.
yeah. even at a young age, I still didn't.
Oh, speaking of,
Oh, here we go. Speaking of miners,
no, there's a story about a police officer that is on the lam. He apparently had a wife that was 15 at the time, and he was dude. This story, it's breaking right now. Like it's completely fucked up. Like this guy, apparently murdered his ex-wife and his current girlfriend who was 17. And this guy's like, 39.
this is a cop.
Yes. Yeah. No, it the more you read about the story, it's probably one of the most fucked up stories I've heard or read or whatever. And I heard about it today and I was like going, oh, and get this. He was a police, what are those officers at the school? Resource officer.
School resource officer.
Yes.
I'm not at the high
So
school.
not
at a-
only
at a
was
high
he
school?
doing what he was doing and married what he married, he's a high school resource officer.
High school. Yep, that makes sense because 17-year-old.
Yep. And I'm just
Not
going,
that I'm not saying that. Sorry, I shouldn't say it makes sense, but you understand what I'm saying. Like that's where he got his in.
yeah, no, and here's the fucked up part. Before he even got that position, he was let go and he was being accused of two girls. One was 16, one was 13. Like the more you read about this guy and the more you like read the story, it's beyond fucked up. And this is when I knew like our system is completely failed because this guy continued on. Not only did he marry somebody that was underage, but he did this and then he did that, and then now he's a resource officer and
Well,
unalived his wife or his ex-wife.
oh, unalived. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I don't know YouTube.
Was he convicted?
No, he's still on the run, bro.
Okay, so
He's armed
he's
and dangerous.
charged.
He's armed and dangerous on the run.
So he's charged though.
yeah, that's,
Like he's charged with murder, folks. We don't that we can say.
yes, he
He's
is
charged with murder. Okay, they are going to charge him with murder, and
Yes.
he is on the lam. So we don't have to say unalive.
Well, yeah, we do because he unalived his ex-wife.
Okay, so he unalived his ex-wife, but he's charged with murder.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, the algorithm.
I'm not.
bro.
Yeah, I'm not.
The
letting the algorithm tone down my shit.
Yeah, no, I heard about the story today. It's one of the guys I follow, Ikid Mel. I know.
Naked what?
Ikid
Naked cell?
Ikid
Naked
Mel.
cell.
ICKME or
You can't even fucking
EDMEL. Sorry, I had to like
Your
visualize.
spelling
it
is
in my head.
icky.
I had to visualize it in my head. Sorry, my bad.
It's not okay. And I kind of brought this up today or the other day when we were talking, but it's not. Everybody's like, why is there more fucked up people in the world? Why is there so much more common? Well, number one, social media. Number two, just because there's numbers. There's more people in the world. More people equals more fucked up people. So how are we going to have people like this? How is it that we have? Because the thing is the more people we have out there, the more fucked up they're going to be, including police. The more police we have, the more fucked up you're going to find fucked up police.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that ruin it for the ones that actually try to make a difference. So, but
Well, and that's the other catch to the story. Like the more like we'll do an
because not every policeman's fucking minors. Okay, not every one of them.
Well, thank you for that PSA.
Yeah.
But-
I'm just
So how we followed the Crumley case and all that sort of stuff, I will follow. I'll probably create a page separately for this guy. And I'll start a page, and then like everybody can comment and all that sort of stuff, kind of like how I did with the Crumley, because I feel like there's a lot more to this story. I feel like there's a lot of things that were missed and a lot of opportunities for was it Internal Affairs IA to do something, and they never did. There was opportunity for.
Oh, speaking of, please remind me. I'm glad you brought that up because I got a story that leads right that is related right to that as far as not doing anything when they should have. So you let me know.
Go ahead.
All right. So, do you remember Larry Nassar?
Yes, the gymnast
doctor.
Yes,
for Team USA. Team USA.
I have a story about that, but go ahead.
So,
I have a personal story, actually. Go ahead.
Okay, well, this isn't quite personal, but listen to this bullshit, okay? So this is the headline. Larry Nassar, U.S. government agrees to pay victims $138 million over botched FBI investigation into this guy. So when we talk about don't speak up when you should have, victims of this disgraced former Team USA, I want to say USAA. Please don't. I don't mean USA. Dr. Larry Nassar.
Yep.
These victims will receive a massive $138.7 million payout from the U.S. Department of Justice. The U.S. Department of Justice announced Tuesday they'd be shelling out this payment, huge fucking payment at that, all because the DOJ concluded the FBI failed to conduct a thorough investigation of Nassar once the Bureau received original critical information that could have put a stop to the doctor's horrific acts in the first place.
Once again, why I don't believe the government or the police or anybody's going to protect you. Protect yourself. Like, honestly, everybody.
Decades, Lawrence, or Larry, as we all know him, abused his position, betraying the trust of those under his care and medical supervision while skirting accountability. These allegations should have been taken seriously from the outset, again, from the beginning. While these settlements won't undo the harm what he already inflicted, our hope is that they will help give the victims of his crimes some critical support that they need and continue healing. The FBI is accused of failing to adequately investigate the claims when they all were first starting to go down against Nassar, which were reported to the agency in 2015 and 2016, allowing the doctor to continue preying on his victims. The DOJ payout is the third. This is how fucked up our current system is of bringing people to justice. This is the third major settlement received by Nassar's victims since 2016 USA Gymnastics sexual abuse scandal, with a total of now tallying over $1 billion fucking dollars worth of compensation.
Wow.
In 2018, MSU agreed to a $500 million payout. That isn't the government, but MSU.
What does that stand for, MSU? Does it say? So context.
Some university. I forget what it is. If y'all want to look that up, please look it up. I'm not sorry, but you're going to call me out on my expertise or lack of right now. I don't have it. But yes, let's see. Also, the U.S. Olympic Committee also settled for over $380 million over this too as well. So these victims, even though they suffered, which there's no payment that you can truly sum up for us.
Yeah, you can't undo what was happening. Like, they're going to be traumatized.
But they ain't unhappy while they're suffering. I'm going to tell you that right now. The 60-year-old disgraced physician who sexually assaulted hundreds of athletes, including the Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles, Ali Raisman, and Michaela Maroney, received multiple sentences in both state and federal court, adding up to more than hundreds of years in prison. So he's going to die there either way. Depending on that, yeah,
he won't last that long. You know that damn well. They're gonna fucking
somehow he's lasted this long. That's what's crazy because he's been there. What 2016, 2017, or no? I forgot when sentencing was carried out. But yeah,
he might be in solid. I mean, he might be in a cell by himself.
Understand the government-funded federal law enforcement agencies that are here to protect you also don't fucking protect you.
No, they don't. It's a fucking ruse. It's bullshit.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to paint a broad paintbrush and say authority figures.
I will. I'll paint that motherfucker with a broom.
Yeah, you guys tried to shut me up one night when but anyway.
Yeah. But I didn't say I was gonna.
There are plenty of good law enforcement and government enforcement agents out there that are really trying to do the right thing. The problem is we never hear about them. We only hear about the majority of the bad ones because there's more and more bad ones.
No, hold on. You're missing the point. There's a huge fundamental problem, and it's not that. The huge fundamental problem is one turd ruins an entire punch bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if there's 7,000 gallons of fucking punch bowl, meaning 7,000 fucking workers for the company. If you have one fucking turd and you don't do anything about it, you're all guilty. You're guilty. Hold on. There is an actual law.
No, you're absolutely
guilty
right.
by association. So to me, all of the people, his superiors, if he has any people below him, like all of them should all be turned in.
Right.
Not just the one or two that screwed up. It's
I gotta agree with Devin here. If you fill a fucking swimming pool with fucking
a turd,
a fruit punch, and some alcohol, and everybody's drinking out of it, but there's one
turd,
like even, and his swimming pool is pretty big. So if there's one turd, like even this size, I agree.
I'm not drinking out of that motherfucker.
Not drinking out of it.
Exactly.
Nope. I mean, I feel you on that.
So that's my whole point, is the fact that like you don't hear accountability. Like that's the thing. That's the thing that
But can you agree that we also don't hear about the good things cops are doing also?
You do.
As far as the media's agenda? Like, I understand where you're coming from. There are bad cops. I'm not saying there's not.
Here's the problem. Yes, it does make the news, but people aren't interested in that. And what gets views and what gets clicks, and that's, let's face it, that's what the algorithms are all about.
Violence and bad stuff.
Exactly. Like, they know that a good story is not going to get traction.
Like, if I said, somebody kicked me in the testicles versus somebody kicked me in the fucking nutsack, which one's more controversial? So I know I break these things down into super layman's terms, but like, you know,
well, that's like what I did with the punch and the turn the punch bowl.
But it's not. It's the truth. Like, you got a big pool. So I saw like a rabbit turd from like one of the fucking, or a tortoise turd. I guess it's a tortoise turd.
Tortoise turd.
If I saw one of the tiny tortoise turds, I still wouldn't be drinking out of his fucking pool of throat punch.
No.
We don't do duty punch.
We ain't doing no Duty Brown.
And I don't mean, hold on, let me get the camera back on me real quick. I don't mean the duty punch.
She's like, I need this.
Like I came in at the wrong time. Don't worry, babe. The camera isn't working right now, sweetheart. It's just us two. You're good, baby.
You can actually legitimately sit right there.
Lindsay joined us in the studio audience this evening. She's hanging.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
so the thing that's missing and the thing that I have the biggest problem with is accountability.
The thing that's missing is the tortoise turd in the pool. Sorry.
No, they're all throughout the backyard. All you gotta do is walk around.
Awesome, turtle tea time. Tortoise tea. Sorry, they're not turtles. They're desert tortoise. My bad. Tortoise tea.
But yeah, no, that's the biggest thing that I have the biggest beef with is accountability. Not only just with the police and the alphabet boys, as I call them, because it's not just the FBI, it's the CIA, it's all
ATF.
ATF.
They're the biggest joke at this point.
It's all of them. It's like they have to do something to prove their existence.
Well, and not just that, there are people pulling the strings of those agencies at this point, and I'm not pointing at.
There's people paying them off too. That's the problem.
And I'm not pointing at either side because both sides again are the same shitbird, right?
Yep.
Two wing, right?
Two wings of the same bird.
Yeah, but the thing is bottom line, it doesn't matter who's they are. They are their decisions. All those agencies are influenced, and there's going to be plenty of people in the comments. So Democrats, Republicans have a hand in it too, people.
Yeah,
but just understand, somebody is pulling the strings on those agencies, 100%.
I mean, look at Epstein.
What are you talking about? He killed himself.
Got him.
I don't understand. Like it was a clear cut case of suicide.
No, it was clear. Nothing was clear. Even his brother came out and said, "Yeah, this is bullshit." And you notice that like all of the other people that were surrounding him are still in power. Isn't that ironic? But then you look at the music industry and you look at Cat Williams, that basically calls everybody out and says, 2024, you're all going out. Where's P. Diddy?
Cat Williams flat out.
He called it, and literally it happened.
He's like, compared to these motherfuckers, I'm broke, and it doesn't bother me. Like, he's straight up.
Because he's like, you know what? Because I'm honest. And then in this industry, if you're honest, you're broke.
If you really
look at Chappelle.
If you really want to talk about who was first talking that shit about the Diddy parties, it was Fiddy. Fiddy was the first one to talk about, you can't be going to those Diddy parties, boy. I'd be saying, you got to say no to Diddy. He says it on stage at his fucking concerts before Cat Williams said shit.
Yep.
Like,
but he didn't have context.
The thing, that's because
Cat Williams gave context.
But that's because 50's like, I have my receipts. I will put these things out there. If you come after me for them, I will print the receipt. So don't fuck with me. Look, I give respect to 50, dude. He's a troll. He really is. He knows how to troll. But the thing is he has receipts for each one of his trolls. Who has dirt on 50? Who has real dirt on 50? Like actual dirt of him doing like true nasty, other than him being friends with 6ix9ine. But if you saw after he got accused of what happened with the little minors and then the snitching, he literally on Breakfast Club said, I don't know that cat no more. I told him he can't call me. He flat out told 6ix9ine he can't call him, and I don't blame him.
That's awesome, man.
But what dirt do you have on 50? But you're right. Cat Williams called out, said shit's gonna come out. Even Akon, they had that TMZ caught up with Akon in the airport, and Akon says, "Hey, my thoughts are with Diddy. I pray for him, but understand 2024 is going to be the year that a ton of shit comes out."
Accountability, once again. I mean, that was my biggest, and like obviously I volunteered for 7.5 years working with the police, the fire, and EMTs, and all across North Texas and stuff like that. But then when I was assaulted by an officer in Addison, and like I told you, with like the 20 cameras that were around and everything else, and you
ain't the first one to get assaulted by that police department, unfortunately.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like
I know.
Yeah, and it just like after that incident, like I don't trust police. I don't like literally. It's like I feel like almost like I hate to say this, but our victim. Like I felt like everything was taken away from me, and that I could never get back. And I felt like I was being punished. Meanwhile, this officer is still probably.
What was your safety word? Sorry. Pineapple. Sorry.
Well, the worst part was, and this is why I say the turd ruins the punch bowl, right? Because when I was in
punch bowl,
yes, a punch bowl. When I was in a different officer's car, I literally, because I knew the dash cam was rolling, and I knew that he had his camera and all that shit was rolling and audio.
Actually, I think we were talking about this.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, I was trying to see like, where is he going to agree with me that it was wrong and that it was fucked up and blah blah blah. And I was literally trying to figure out, did the dash cam film what? Because like, if it like he was literally, the camera would have been eye level. And so I was trying to feel him out and try to figure out, was the camera actually filming what had happened? Because if that's the case, Pina the camera. But anyway, long story short, like it was a straight up cover up for the city of Addison. Like it was just the most, and that's when I realized at a young age that how corrupt our society and government and
here's the shitty
police and everything else is fucked up.
And the more corrupt thing that goes right along with that is unfortunately when the cops that are the good ones that and we are seeing it more here and there.
Well, and
it's not the prevalence of the negativity, but when the cops stand up for the right thing, there's such a force within the force, meaning the police force,
right?
That if they want to pursue
you're the black sheep.
You need to quit. You're going to have to quit, and you're going to have to pursue this. You're going to have to get another career, and you're going to have to pursue this outside of that, and probably move out of the city you were a cop for, so you don't keep getting fucked with.
Well, and here's the fucked up part. Like, what happened? Like in business, there's retaliation, right? So, like, if somebody retaliates,
that's non-existent.
I know, and that's
non-existent. In the
once again, accountability. Like it all goes back to accountability. With inflation, perfect example. Accountability. Like if you look at the profits that all these companies are raking in, they're not being held accountable for price gouging at all. The government and our higher ups that are supposed to protect us and look out for us are the ones fucking us over 10 ways from Sunday.
Well, they're also, they're pushing the inflation.
And you want to hear something even more fucked up that I heard? This is going to blow your fucking mind. Like, I literally, I wanted to break some shit.
I need my emoji. Where's my...
When I heard this today, I literally wanted to, ooh, I was pissed. So, apparently, with the inflation, let's just say you had $10 million, right? It's just chilling because, you're not us. You have $10 million in the bank. It's just chilling. So 5-6 years ago, that $10 million, you would have walked away with $80,000 per year just by having your money in an account. You want to know what that amount is right now because of inflation?
What is that amount?
$500,000 they're making by their fucking money sitting in an account. Meanwhile, we're fucking suffering, and I'm going... So the rich keep on getting fucking richer.
Some rich.
No. If you have 10 million in your account or more, that gives you a ratio. That's just 10 million. Now we're talking Elon and stuff like that, where you got billions and hundreds of millions.
This is why,
bro.
This is why I'm a fan of Cuban. I'm not. Ooh. I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't agree with everything on Cuban, but I read a thing the other day that he says. And he has a pretty liberal agenda, so I caution where I go with this. But
yeah,
he flat out says I'm proud to pay my share.
You know why he did that, right?
He doesn't pay a share.
No, he hates fucking Trump.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
he hates. It was a dig at Trump for his $700. All I owe to the taxes is $700. I know. When I heard that, I go, two things are going to happen. One, he's either committing fraud. Because if you make X amount of money and you buying buildings that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, there's no way you can claim that you're bankrupt. Do you? Because you bought something.
So, and we understand about that with Trump. But do you think that Cuban truly is on the up and up and pays every single penny of his fair shares for everything he's invested in? I mean, I'm sure he does because he reports to somebody. Price Waterhouse or somebody who audits him, I'm sure. But do you think he truly, everything he does has always been on the level? I mean, to get to the level that he's at, you can't have some kind of dirt, dude. You had to run over.
Well, you just talked. Well, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit. You just said there ain't no dirt on 50, so now you're saying there's dirt on Mark Cuban?
Well, no. Diddy's got street dirt. Diddy came, or not Diddy. No, wait. 50's got street dirt. He came from the street. But the thing is he's I did do this shit. I did sell crack. I did fucking shoot at people.
Yeah.
Cuban's not the same. Do you think he got to his level and didn't run over some people on the way? Not saying tax evasion, but truly step on some truly you don't think you think he just the road to success, you have to fucking to be that high. That level, you got to shit on some people, bro.
Not to coin something, an ex that I dated many moons ago.
Because we know his track record.
She said, "Step before getting stepped on." So to your question, yes, be the one that's doing the stepping versus being the one that's.
Does that mean you have to shit on those around you, though?
No, I mean
to get to that level, dude. I'm sorry, to get to a billionaire, you've got to shit on some people that don't deserve being shit on.
Define what you mean by getting shit on, because if you have to fire somebody that you know what I mean, that's being shit on. But at the same
bad business decisions, hostile takeovers, things of that sort. I invested in this business, this and that. You know what? Because I can't coach you. There's one thing about, letting a person go. There's another thing you know what, I'm just going to take your business from you and you're just, here, fuck off. You're not even going to get a severance.
Oh, you mean Elon when he bought fucking Twitter and fucking fired all the CEOs and said, I'm taking the fucking sink.
Don't think for a second that Elon, that I'm Elon didn't make any stupid corrupt. No, I'm sure he shafted some taxes as well. I'm confident on that, but
so you want to hear some fucked up shit? So I belong to obviously a board company or whatever, but I was also going to be on the board of a different company and different organization.
So what you're saying is you were bored?
Yes, I was very bored. Like to be on as many boards as I can be on. That way I can plank.
I can build houses.
But this guy, we got on the subject of Elon, and I was like, hey, like I've been, obviously following because it's business, and I follow businesses and stuff like that. And we got on the subject of Twitter, ironically. And he was like, oh yeah, it was a great decision. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I go, in all honesty, like I don't care who you are as a business or a person, whatever. I'm like, you're gonna make mistakes. And I told him, I said,
or Devin likes wood.
What?
Yeah, because you're on the board. You like wood.
So I said, I was like, no, like I have to disagree with you. Like that was probably one of the worst decisions he's ever made. Blah blah blah. And so he was like, no, trying to argue for like Elon. I'm like, look, dude, like I literally told him, I said, I don't want to be a part of your board if that's the mentality and that's the philosophy and that you're going to stand on that ground, because
it was
as a business owner and as a successful business owner, that was an idiot. That was it was an emotionally driven decision. And in business, you separate emotions from
that was also Elon saying, I'm so rich I can fucking make emotions.
I got fuck you money. That's exactly. I told him, I said, that was I have fuck you money.
Yeah.
And I'm about to show you.
He knew it was a bad decision. Even after it, when he tried to get out of it and sat on and said, you know what? This is my hill. I'm gonna fucking die on it. He said, why? Because I got it.
Yep.
But you're right. It wasn't a smart business decision. Nope. He made the decision only on the premises because he could.
Yep.
Literally no smart.
Because he had FU money, FU podcast. And
see what he did there, folks?
See what I did there?
We tied in.
So he was able to do it, and he was like, fuck you, and then like the ultimate, because those CEOs were the ones that were giving him shit and banning him from the platform. That's why he fired them. It was the ultimate, like, fuck you, I'm going to buy your company, and I'm going to... Now, don't get me wrong. These thoughts have crossed my mind.
Very true. It's funny that you talk about people who have been banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
Because the story I have pulled in front of me involves somebody who was formerly banned from Twitter before Elon took it over. Me, Kanye West.
Oh, yeah, Kanye.
You heard the latest on Kanye yet?
No, but I feel like as crazy as he was, maybe he wasn't so crazy after all.
Okay.
Especially after the Cat Williams thing.
Okay.
So, but he's still crazy.
Yeah. It's funny you say that.
Still crazy.
Because, he's got the Church of Yeezy, right? He's out there preaching, right?
Oh, is he? He's preaching the gospel?
Oh, yeah. He's got, with Colorado, he's got all kinds of acreage where he has people come out. He does a service used to do a service every Sunday. I don't know if he still does.
Wow. No, I did not know this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. He's gone down the religious road like you wouldn't believe, right? Wow. Even though he's done, amidst all these anti-Semitic fucking rants and shit that got him kicked off of Twitter originally, right?
And Adidas, yeah.
And you remember
Easy
that he flipped out. So I'm leading us down a path here. You remember when he?
Are you really?
When he?
Are we gonna jump off a cliff?
He hit up Ray J and he's like, and some other people and said, hey, you need to take that video of my wife and you off the internet. And he approached Vivid and all them and said, hey, we need to get this off. And
right.
And worked with Kris Jenner to get it off, even though they were the ones that had proven that was to help boost her career.
Yeah, like
I understand
have a career,
but you remember how Kanye was like, you need to tone down the way you dress and shit, and now he's got his wife Bianca like basically.
Oh my God, I saw.
It gets better. So
like,
Mr. I don't want my wife's porn out there, right?
Yeah.
Kanye West, Mr. Yeezy himself, Church of Yeezus plans to launch Yeezy porn coming soon. Yes, that's right, folks. You heard it right. Yeezy porn. Kanye West has his sights set on a new business venture, and it's all about people having sex on camera. The guy's looking to professionally dive into porn at long last, even though he's out there preaching God's word. A rep for Yeezy tells TMZ Yeezy's been kicking around the idea of launching his own pornography studio and brand for quite a while now, and now we're told he seems dead set on doing it, because this guy makes all the right financial decisions when it comes to shit. But I will say, if there's anything that Kanye has proven is that you can't cancel Kanye. Dude, he's still somehow doing shit. I don't know how. I can't explain how, but he's doing it. And now we're told it seems that he's doing this because he and his partners are in advanced talks to actually get something up and running We're told Kanye and company
Pun
have been
intended.
talking about building an entire Yeezy porn studio. Yeezy porn. It's crazy how easy it rolls off the tongue. It's easy porn. Which would be a part of a broader adult entertainment division.
That's it. We're turning this studio into a porn.
Not this studio, folks. He's talking about the story.
Yes.
A division at the parent Yeezy company. In order to get it going, the rep tells TMZ Kanye has been talking to Stormy Daniels.
Oh,
We all know who Stormy's been involved with.
Who's that?
Mr. Trump. And who did Kanye used to support? Mr. Trump.
Yep.
So he's been talking to Stormy Daniels' ex-husband.
Oh,
Mike Oz,
wow.
a veteran, not in war, a veteran in the porn. Well, I mean, I guess this is war, the porn industry, because sometimes there's a lot of fucking violence. To help shepherd the whole thing as the head of the new Yeezy wing. Like we said, Mike knows a thing or two about porn. He's worked as a producer well over a decade, but even before that, he's done casting and art. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's done plenty of casting. Probably did so much he had to cast his own wiener because it probably broke. His credits include Aroused. Oh, that's a creative title. Abigail, Young Fantasy 7. There's another original one. Way to be outside the box, dipshit. Vixen,
it's inside the box, bro.
Vixen. Well, it's porn. If it's sold in the store, it's still inside the box, right?
Well, it depends on where you
get inside the box while opening the box to watch what's inside the box. In terms of when this might come to fruition, we're told it could launch as early as this summer.
Andy, look at the comment on the screen.
I missed it.
It's on the screen, bro.
It's not coming up on mine.
Oh, well, it's there.
Did we just give her? Oh, Stormy. Yes. By the way, we have a Malamute named Stormy. That's not, even though she is already trying to establish dominance over a full-grown German Shepherd. There is no doggy porn going on in our house.
Oh,
if you followed Yee's career, if you followed Yee's career, this is honestly no surprise, and that's very true. It is not a surprise. Kanye has been pretty open about his sexual fantasies and love of porn for over years. But then why did he fight so hard to get his fucking wife's video taken down? And he's rapped a lot about XXX type scenarios with various women he's been with, including his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. Yeah, he has, but then he went on a tirade to get her video taken down. So that's also hypocritical. The fact that the man's out there preaching God's word, but is going to invest in the porn industry, like the fact that like you can't cancel Kanye, this preaches that. This man's talking about, bro, I'm bankrupt.
He's got to go to the church.
And he's still got fucking 12 to 20 million in the fucking bank.
No wonder he follows Trump. He's following his business strategy.
This is the opposite. The reason he's doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is because of Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg and their anti-woke studio. Just kidding. That was just a joke. Anyways, now that he's with Bianca Censori, which I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up shooting videos with her, he seems all about showing off her naked body as much as possible, even though he told Kim that she needed to cover up in some of her shit. Which is very much in line with Yee's brand and aesthetic. Hot baddie. I didn't know he was still selling fucking clothes. I thought he was still into those gay ass shoes that he fucking.
No, remember Adidas
Crocs.
banned them. Huh? Adidas banned them, and they got rid of all the Yeezys.
Yeah, and so Space Crocs are still out there.
Oh, I don't.
And they're stupid expensive. They're like $400 or $500. Probably more now that they're banned. What is interesting is that Kanye has had a bit of a back and forth relationship with porn. At times, he's proudly embraced the fact that he likes to watch porn and even was addicted to it at other times. If you're addicted to it and you like kicked it, like why would you launch a studio? Like all I see is like you got daughters, homie. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, would you want your daughter to be like? That's my whole thing. Like for real. Like, and I don't even have a daughter or son.
Other not, and the other bipolar thing about this whole thing is other times he's absolutely denounced his fondness for the porn, like saying it's not good for his spirit. You're right because you're up there preaching fucking God's word, and you're like, you know what? Get on camera, and it's not prostitution.
That's right. As long as there's a camera involved, it's not prostitution.
Now, the dude is back on the pro porn side of things. Go figure. And while it remains to be seen what style of content he wants to produce, you can bank on it. It's probably going to be explicit. Definitely triple X shit. You know what, Kanye? Dude, like Pete Davidson said, man, take the meds. Like,
yes.
Like,
Damn.
we're not trying to silence you, dude. We're trying to like, you say people want to silence the geniuses, bro. Like, come on, man. You cannot say, like,
so
I'm
here's
a
the
dick
deal. Like,
don't.
why do people call him a genius? It's like, to me, nothing he's ever done speaks to the genius level.
His early career in music was pretty solid, dude.
But it's not genius level. Like, no, it's definitely. No, I would definitely not give him any type of accreditation for genius level. Anything. Even back,
I
in
wouldn't
his
have
height
given
of his-
Cat Williams genius level shit, but apparently he's a very active participant in Mensa.
Yeah, so
like, I would have never fucking given him intelligent thing by the shit that comes out of his mouth. The dude fought a 14-year-old on a soccer field when he was fucking and insists he's never done crack. Like,
yeah, we all know he's done some drugs.
He was on Shannon Sharp insisting he's never done a hard drug. And what's really shitty is
what's he define as a hard drug?
I don't know, because I tried to research his arrest record, and all it is assaults and like getting kicked out of clubs and shit. And like,
it's never like possession.
There's no hardcore dope possessions.
There's no possession.
Audience, if you're out there listening right now, if you can prove me wrong, be happy to, please, because I want to know about this. I Googled and Cat Williams' arrest record has no hardcore drugs on it. Like, he's not been. Everybody talking about he's smoking crack and he's out there doing coke. The guy's off, and he may be a little bit of an alcoholic and definitely a weedaholic. But I haven't found anything where he's been arrested or rehab for fucking actual drugs outside of mental stress. And if you know what he knows and turned down $50 million 4 times and got a virgin booty hole in Hollywood, that might be mental stress. You might have to protect yourself.
I'm going to ask the old AI to see.
He needs a conservatorship. I assume you mean Kanye, babe. Yes. Did we really give her a all
right, here we go. So, according to ChatGPT, I'm going to fact check you.
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, Cat Williams has had multiple run-ins with the law involving drugs. One notable incident occurred in November 2006 when he was arrested at LA airport after a stolen gun was found in his briefcase. During the incident, police also found drugs, which led to his arrest for charges of carrying a concealed weapon and several drug-related offenses.
Okay.
Hold on. He's faced other legal issues over the years, including various charges of arrest related to assault, harassment, and more drug-related charges. His public and legal troubles have been a part of his broader discussion about his personal struggles and his career.
Not once did that say he wasn't arrested for weed, because if you get caught with a stolen gun and weed, that ups the charges like you wouldn't believe. I need to hear that he got caught with crack, coke, meth. That's what I looked at. I looked for hardcore drug.
I'm going.
Like, there's drugs.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes, please.
2006, at the LA airport, Cat Williams found marijuana and small amounts of crystal meth. These subjects led to drug-related charges alongside legal issues from the event.
So this is my question. So
it wasn't just weed.
Here's the crazy thing about this. Here's the crazy thing about this. Here's the crazy thing about this, right? So, in the rebuttals to anything that Cat Williams said on that, when he was like, "Oh, I've never done a hardcore drug," so we find it, right?
Yeah,
you and I find it.
Yeah.
Why did nobody else call him out on that bullshit? If you notice, when you even go to the reports from Cedric the Entertainer or anybody else, all they did was address the stolen comedy and the other shit. They didn't address the fact that this motherfucker, which I'm sure they probably would have used the N-word because that's how they, that's how they interact.
It's neither here nor there, but anyway, go ahead.
I'm just saying, no, that's how they, saying.
Bro. Okay.
You get it. Saying. So, saying, this motherfucker, that none of them said, this motherfucker here got arrested legitimately in 2006 for having small amounts of crystal meth on him. Yes, he did have weed and it was a legal gun, but he also had crystal. Not one person came out and tried to call him out on his illegal arrest, on illegal narcotics. That's what I don't understand. Like, it's
And-
there, but nobody called.
You're absolutely right. I've seen many interviews where they've called him out on his drug use, but never like giving specific dates back.
And I mean, since he said his shit, right?
Yeah,
He's like, I got receipts, okay? We just found receipts, you and I, right?
Yeah.
Why did nobody else say, hey, we have receipts too? You're bullshitting about you've never been busted with a hardcore drug. You've never, because Pat Williams on that interview said flat out, he was, where's the paperwork? Where's this? We just found something.
Yeah.
We just found something.
We contacted the LA Public Information,
Why
LA Airport.
That's what I'm saying. Why, like, I saw Ludacris's response.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rap, and I respect Ludacris for the way he handled it because he didn't go in hard. I saw a response from a white comedian. I think it was Gary Oldman. I saw a response from Dave Chappelle. I saw a response from Cedric the Entertainer, and not one of them called him out on the fact that he said he's not done a hardcore drug or been.
You're absolutely right. That's why I wanted to look it up because I was like, I wanted to know the information myself because I didn't want to like put it out there without fact checking.
And you know as well as I do, after everything that Chappelle's done, he's one of the realest comedians out there. Yeah, he's an open book. If he doesn't want you to know something about him, you're not going to know it. But if he wants you to know it, you're going to fucking know it. And even he didn't call Cat Williams out on the fact that about the hardcore fucking dope. And he's one of those motherfuckers that will call it like he sees it.
Do you think maybe he has information on him and other people? That's why they didn't.
You're not gonna, dude. Chappelle, I don't think you're gonna find honestly, like the way he is and the circle he keeps and how tight he keeps it. Yeah. It's just like Adam Sandler. I don't think you're gonna find an Illuminati or an ill will type. Like even Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler keeps his circle small. He's insanely successful. But where have you ever heard Adam Sandler's name being mixed in with fucking corrupt Hollywood? Right?
Yeah.
I feel the same way with Chappelle. I don't think we're ever going to find out that he was into some fucked up shit, dude. I really don't. I think there may be something maybe he doesn't want to know, but it's not going to be like he's banging minors and shit. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be something that's be like, I'm going to cancel Chappelle. Dude, that motherfucker has faced the 25% of the alphabet and still come out on top. And Netflix still backs him. And they're known for a liberal agenda. So you're not going to find anything on Chappelle that's truly going to fucking ruin him.
It makes you wonder why like nobody's called him out. Like
Chappelle or Cat?
Because like to your point, like it's a great opportunity. Like he's going to make a bold statement like that. And say that his career was not hindered by his drug use when in 2006 he was busted. For every time that you're busted, how many times did you have it and not get busted? That's
you
that's
remember
the way my brain works.
In his Pimp Chronicles Part 1 or Part 2, I forget what it was. He said, he goes, Whitney done smoked her kneecaps off, and we're like, like the thing is like we can say this shit about you. We found charges, but nobody else is saying what he said about Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't understand it. Everybody's focusing on what he said about the industry. Like even when Chappelle went off, he just went off on the fact that he took aim at all black comedians. He's like, why is he only calling out the brothers, not none of the white boys or something like that? Like that's the only thing he took aim at. He didn't take aim at the fact that like, yo, Cat Williams be doing, you know.
Well, that's an easy answer. Like that's obvious. Like because that's the circle he hung around. He didn't hang around the white comedians. When have you ever seen him open up or even?
Well, there's a few. Like Gary Oldman came to Cat's defense. Gary Oldman is a white dude. There's a couple others, but there's not. You're right. The majority of who Cat was around was urban comics, and I don't mean urban in a disrespectful sense whatsoever. I just mean that kind of comedy. That's my favorite comedy. That's my preferred genre. So for anybody to be like, oh, that's fucked up. No, that's what I prefer to watch. Like BET Comic View was my 90s TV at times. Like that, I used to love watching the old, like even the people that he called out, like Ricky Smiley and them that came up on Comic View. I used to love watching.
You want to hear something crazy? So like when I had my entertainment company and stuff, I heard stories of Ricky Smiley. Like I heard a lot of these, like what I'm living now is what I heard when I had my entertainment company. And it was one of the main reasons why I had cameras rolling all the time and I had audio on my devices rolling all the time. because I heard so many fucking stories. And Ricky Smiley, like I heard a lot of stories of Ricky Smiley.
So the thing is Cat Williams says he's not funny.
No,
and he's right. To a certain extent, he's not. He's not funny. Like there's some. I saw some of his bits; they weren't funny. There was a few things that I did laugh at, but I was younger.
Yeah.
If I went back to those stand-ups now, wouldn't find him as funny. If he didn't have a radio show where he did spontaneity and current subjects and shit, I feel that Ricky Smiley's comedy would not keep up. But then again, he probably has a fan base that may help him out. You know, D.L. Hughley is a comic that I don't like. Cat Williams fully supports him. Like if you watch the interview, he has nothing bad to say about D.L. And D.L. was on the original Kings of Comedy. But the thing is you know,
what do you feel about like when he was talking about next Friday and all that sort of stuff? And I don't know, do you listen? Do you remember that part when he was saying like?
I watched Ice Cube's take on that. And Ice Cube seems to be a guy that is pretty fucking honest.
Yeah.
Like he's flat out said, "Hey, you know, I'm not a Trump supporter, but don't think for a second."
Oh, bro, his album went hard.
But he
hang up the bully by his nuts with a full. I was like,
but this is the same guy that has actually talked to Trump's administration.
Yeah.
On certain subjects. He flat out says, "Don't mistake it. I'm not a Trump fan, but don't think for a second I'm on the Democrat bandwagon because they haven't done shit for us in God knows how long."
Well, here's the problem, and it's all going to be resolved in this election.
Okay, do you want to go political or do you want to like you're asking me about Cat?
Yeah, but
and Friday
you brought up. Hold on, we'll steer back. Don't worry.
Okay.
So to your point, like, and this is the argument everybody always says, like, when you say you hate Trump, or whatever, then everybody says, "Oh, but you love Biden." Like, why can't you hate both of them equally? But or hate one more than the other? Like, that's my thing. Is
hate is a strong word.
Okay,
I hate Biden. I dislike him.
Okay, well, I hate Trump because from a business person and me paying taxes for my businesses, knowing that I paid way more than $750 fucking dollars. I don't even want to get started. Yes, so for any business owner that's ever had to pay taxes, Stephen, a perfect example of why he was bringing up that topic was because as a business owner, it's a kick in the dick when you hear of another business owner that has shell companies and has found a way to circumvent the American system. The system that was founded by our forefathers in order to stay afloat and protect the system, which we all know is a fucking ruse, and we all know now that it's all gone way too, once again going back to the accountability. There is no accountability, and that's half the fucking problem. But at the end of the day, you still have a judiciary duty to pay your bills and to pay your taxes and stuff like that. If you earned X amount of money, then you pay Y amount of money on the fucking residuals and the income and the revenues and all that sort of shit and the assets that are also taxed and everything else. You have to pay on that. So for me, he's a piece of shit compared to somebody that, you know, mind you, I don't like either one. I hate whether I make 90,000
whether I make 90,000 a year or $500,000 a year. I don't think I should pay 30% of my income. Period. I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, I mean, I agree. Like, that's what I was saying.
Especially if I built, like, I'm not saying Trump built all his shit on his own, but if I built my own business and I'm making $500,000 a year, I don't give a fuck. The government does not deserve 30% of it, period. 33% of it, whatever the fuck it is. If I'm at the tax bracket where it's 40% or 50%, fuck you. Yeah. I will be a philanthropist and give back on my own. I'll be damned if I'm giving money to the government. The thing is like I'm going to have to.
That's my point.
They say what it is. You have to. But you know, and I'm not supporting what Trump did. But the fact of the matter is if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm just saying I should fuck you. You're not.
All right, hey, bro. What you should and shouldn't
government
do is different than what you
fuck you. Fuck government.
What you have to do.
No, I don't have to. I don't have to. If you want, as a government, if you want to come to me and say, "Hey, I need 30% of your income to go to charity," okay, but I need 30% of your income to come to me. Fuck you.
Let me ask you a question. When you buy a car, and you pay it off, what do you get? A car. So you get something else more valuable than the car.
A credit?
No. You get a title.
Okay.
You buy a house and you pay that house off. What do you get?
A title.
Thank you.
Okay.
When you're born into this world, guess what? You get a piece of paper. And that piece of paper is called a birth certificate.
I know.
Which is a corporate, it's like a title to a house, a title to, and that piece of paper explains who founded you, who created you. So that being said, when you become an entity and you become into this society, you are already indoctrinated. You're already,
Fair enough.
by having that piece of paper and having that title.
But who made that
Hold
rule?
on.
Who made that rule? A man. A goddamn man. And men are flawed.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is
I know where
so
you're going.
different than owning a house and owning a car. You still have financial and taxes on the car, the house,
Yes.
and also your body, your being. Now,
Exactly.
do I agree that that is right?
I pay on
No.
all these taxes. Fuck you, giving you 30% of my money, government. You get 10%. Fucking
And then
there's-
you get
there's
taxed
another zero-
on your taxes.
I'll be damned if I make $500,000 a year on a business I built and then have to give taxes because somebody somewhere needs to be on fucking welfare. You can suck my dick. I'll donate to a charity for unwed mothers or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you're not going to tell me that like where my taxes need to be allocated. You know, if I want to be a philanthropist, I'll be a philanthropist. If Donald Trump wants to be a dick face, let him be a goddamn dick face. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I don't want him in office.
All right, so my point being is like you can have, instead of the polarization that we have currently, like social media and everything else, is like if somebody says you don't like somebody, then they automatically assume that you like the other person, which is like, why can't you just dislike both of them? Like,
I do. I hate one and I dislike the other.
Donna says, Lindsay, you're training him well. Men are flawed. Donna, thank you for staying tuned in.
Yeah. But back to the Cat Williams thing.
All right, so
Ice
let's bring
Cube-
it full circle.
Ice Cube spoke up about the Friday thing. He said he was right on some things, especially around the Steve Harvey thing. So Steve Harvey called and said, "Hey, you know, this needs to be, you know, my role, et cetera, the blah 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 blah, and whatnot." But he said there's some other things that Cat wasn't completely like
Transparent.
not
Honest.
transparent, but honest about or embellished quite a bit.
Okay.
He said, "I'm not going to get." He flat out said, "He goes, I'm not here to dip my feet into this controversy because I'm Ice Cube and I'm trying to do my, you know, I'm doing me." But Ice Cube has faced some major controversies and evil that we talked about when he launched the big
Basketball team.
the Big Three thing. Yeah, the NBA and the powers that be. Unfortunately, they people ran their own narrative because the majority of the owners and the money is Jewish. People ran their own narrative and said, "Oh, it's the Jews." No, it's not the Jews. It's just the evil empire, right? And the gatekeepers. And Ice Cube came out and talked about it. Believe it or not, his 3-on-3 or whatever deal that he's got has actually been very successful, but the gatekeepers tried to shut him down. So he has been firsthand experience involved in this shit.
Well, you know, and honestly, like I thought that was what was going to happen with Elon whenever he was the pioneer to come out with the EV and the electric car. Like I thought, honestly, like the oil and gas, you know, like look at Stanley Meyer. If anybody that knows anything, feel free to comment right now. If you don't, I will go ahead and enlighten you about Stanley Meyer. He was one of the first people to invent a car that was powered by gas. He was unalived, supposedly. I think he was at a restaurant or something, and he just ended up going over. They say he was poisoned. We don't know who or what or whatever.
So we don't know if he was murdered,
Right.
but he definitely wasn't alive after it happened. I'm not letting you fuck your algorithm.
So anyway, so like that was one of my biggest things was like when the electric EV started coming around and Elon, I was like, dude, like they're gonna fucking just railroad his ass. Like they're gonna like, and I thought, okay, well maybe, you know, from a business standpoint, like the only way to put him out of business is
Now, when you
drop the gas price to like 20 cents.
When you
Right.
say railroad him, you mean like violate him or like put him on the side of it?
Put him on a railroad, send him out of fucking town, whatever that's
No,
army
so
railroad.
not run a train.
I mean, they probably would have done that.
I need to make sure that I'm clarifying it.
All right,
Algorithm.
context is everything. No, I did not mean they were going to run a train on them. Oh, that would have been fucking way more interesting.
We are into the third hour of the podcast, folks. So,
But yeah, no, like I was really shocked and surprised that that it grew and that he became one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world.
Elon.
Well, he got surpassed by BYD, but
I will say Elon is one of those others that so Kanye you can't cancel. You can't seem to cancel Elon.
so Elon is what I. So Elon was a great.
He really doesn't care if you try to cancel him either.
No. Like so, in business, like he was a very good. And this is a good opportunity for anybody that's in business. He was a very good test case. So all too often, when you're a huge corporation and you're bringing in tens of billions of dollars with a B, even trillions of dollars, you're always looking at your competition, right? And this is one of the things that I actually instilled in the company that I work for. Is like, don't worry about what your competition's doing. Worry about what's called an outlier. What an outlier is somebody that comes in new to the market, and he comes in and does everything completely different. That's what we got a new niche. You got a new niche, got a new following, got a new it's a new breath of fresh air into an industry, right? That it's been stagnant and
It brought a different perspective.
right, exactly. And so I say what I study now from a business standpoint is I don't study like my competitors, I study the outliers. And the outliers are the most important thing in NVIDIA is a perfect example of that.
So
NVIDIA's stock was worth jack shit, and now it's multiple trillions of dollar company.
Now what he means is the outliers that are trending in the right direction. There are outliers that trend in the wrong direction.
Right.
So the ones that are trending up. He doesn't mean, you know what? This business is up and coming. They have a failing business model. This seems like
Let's follow that.
yes. He means the newcomers that are trending up, that are in an upward direction. Because
And you can look at it if you look at the business. If you look at if you're forecasting, and you look at like, because most businesses have been around for a long time, they're going to be basically static, right? They're going to just basically trend left to right. There's not
status
really-
quo.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot of peaks and valleys and all that sort of shit. But then all of a sudden you see this blip, what I call blip on the radar, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden this exponential growth. And then you got to go, well, why? Why is that? Then that's when, as a business owner, you go, what are they doing different that they're getting explosive exponential growth?
That's what you should do. Not enough companies do this because they see, he's a small player. Why are we even looking?
Yep. And those small players, unfortunately, are called disruptors.
Yeah, guess what though?
Yeah.
Every big company was a small player at some time in the fucking world.
And a perfect example is this. Is look at back when the web was starting to grow, right? Yahoo went in and I remember this because they were buying houses in Westlake and stuff like that. Like they were just throwing money around, right? And I was like going, damn, what do they do? And they're like, oh yeah, they're in the .com, and it was the whole .com race, right? But now look,
That was a long time ago.
but now look where Yahoo is now, right? And then look how Google, which was an outlier, right? Yep. They were just a nobody. That was in the days of Netflix. I know I'm really aging myself right now. Those were the days.
Netflix was like
Netflix?
DVD in the mailbox.
No, Netscape, not Netflix.
Oh,
Netscape,
even
yeah.
further back. Okay.
Yeah, so Netscape and Yahoo were like the two, and like, where the fuck is Netscape? That's my perfect example.
Sherry said, "Damn, went home. Thought you guys would have been."
I know.
Had to throw that in there.
She's tuning back in. And Anthony, what's up? He's tuning in too. Yeah, so like that's why I always say, like in business, don't look at what your competitors are doing. Look at what the outliers. Look at the growth and the exponential growth. Those are the guys you need to follow. Those are the guys you need to watch. And the reason why I know this is because that's what I follow in the stock market. That's why I've been successful.
The guys that if you don't watch, they're going to end up fucking tapping you up.
Yep. Because the minute you turn a blind eye, they are bye-bye.
If you don't stay optimistic and look at it from a fucking high view and see what this person, tiny little players over there doing,
Yep.
Even though they're tiny, their trend is this direction. Don't fucking discount them. I don't care what level you're on.
So I'm gonna give you an exact base point that speaks volume. So Toyota, they've been around forever. Everybody knows reliable cars, this, that, and the other. They own, listen to this shit, stock in Tesla, right?
Yep.
When they sold their stock in Tesla, was worth more than the entire company of Toyota. And that's because they bought in. But the thing is like they bought into an outlier. The outlier surpassed them. And I mean, like that's why I'm like, that's why I started following. That's why I started like watching that. Because those are the people you need. And that's what I try to do. Like I've worked for companies and stuff like that, and they've been like, "Oh, this is our competitor," and this is an literally, bro. What? No. And so that's why I always
See the back of your head, man.
Oh yeah. You're in, you're good. Yeah. So I've worked for this bankruptcy law firm, right? I was a head of worked directly with the CEO. What is that? Okay. And I said, hey, what's all your competitors? Do you have information on your competitors? And like, you have a competitive analysis, blah blah blah. So I did my competitive analysis, whatever, looked at what her opportunities are and costs and the other. Bro, I literally told her, I said, hey, where's your nearest dumpster? Like, come back. Okay, cool. Locked everything in a box. He jumped it in and she goes, I can't believe you just did that. And I go, we're not following things. Yep. We're going to be the leaders. Yep. They're going to be following us. Like, and she was just like, valedictorian. She's super fucking smart. And she was like, in all the people in all my years, she goes, you're by far like just way beyond.
Sometimes it just takes different perspective.
It does. And that's the main thing. It's like, you got to come into it. And that's what I love about working different industries. Like, I've worked every industry except for aerospace. Is because I can come in and take brand new perspective and fresh ideas, fresh, everything, thoughts, processes, and everything, and like implement it.
And you can apply that not just in business, but in fucking life in general.
Yeah.
Different fucking perspectives.
Yep.
Like, you look at the same thing the same way for the last 10 fucking years. Yes. But then grab somebody and say, hey, look at this with me.
Well, and that goes back to what I was saying about change, right? People are afraid of change. And it goes back like full circle, bringing the whole conversation back around to what we originally were talking about. But yeah, that's the problem is people are afraid of change. They don't realize change can sometimes be better if that change is based on knowledge, experience, and you know what I mean? Like you're utilizing the experiences, going back to what I said earlier about failures, right? You're utilizing those failures to launch and catapult you to the next level. Whereas people that have been successful all the time, they're not used to failures, so they don't understand that just because you're doing it this way, it's the right way.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, and that's and what I do, call somebody up, and like, hey, ABC. Oh, well, I've been doing this account for 15 years.
Oh, I fucking hate that phrase.
Okay, in 15 years, do you think that the stipulations around this account you run, do you not think something on our partner side probably changed within that 15 years?
Nah, bro, it's been the same way.
Yeah, no, because we don't innovate.
All the rules and laws is the same.
Yeah, because industries don't like to innovate, create, right? They just want to stay the same, right?
Status quo.
All successful businesses will stay the same. I don't think so. Like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, sometimes you typically doing it the same way doesn't mean that it can't be done better. It doesn't mean that it can't be done more efficient, or it doesn't mean that it can't be done a different way in general.
Perfect example.
Yo mama. I mean,
Yo mama. So when I worked for JCPenney, rest in peace.
They still have a couple locations, or are they done?
I don't fucking know. They need to be buried a long time ago.
They were burying themselves.
They were, and I've tried to give them so many fucking lifelines. Life. Anyway, perfect example. So when I was working, I think it was the third time, contract number 3 that I worked with.
I remember that.
I had this lady who was like, I've been doing this for 25 years. This is the way we do it, blah, blah, blah. And I literally told her, she was like one of those micromanagers, like literally everything I did. No, that's not the way to do it.
Oh yeah?
This bitch is going to be like on my everlast nerve, right? And she was like, when she said that whole, like, when she said this is what ruined me for the rest of my life. Because that exact thing. She said, I've been doing it this way, or we've been doing it this way for 25 years. And I said, doesn't mean it's right. She was like, no rebuttal, had nothing. And she's like, stormed out, pissed off, whatever. And I'm like, so, and I told this story before, but like, basically, I did it my way, and I realized, okay, she's gonna micromanage me, but like, I have strength in numbers, so I taught my entire team to do it the way that I figured out the way to do it better and faster. We were supposed to have all these books and stuff done by end of day. Right around lunchtime, we dropped all the books off on our desk, and she was like, "How did y'all finish these so fast?" And
that was like AI. Just kidding.
As I dropped my stack off, I said, I taught everybody how to do it my way. And then I walked to my desk and I was like, oh shit. I'm feeling fire on the back of my neck. You know, like, oh shit, like, shit about this man. I sit down at my desk. I feel like I'm about to, check the nails that the other. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Comes up, walks into my desk, goes, I'm like, oh, here we go. He goes, hey, whenever you get a chance, you should teach me how to do it your way. And I was like, oh.
Weird how we talk about doing it on the show all the time. Oh wait, wrong. Sorry, damn it. Shit, cannot leave me on the microphone unattended.
Because you know what it was? She realized she was the odd man out. She was now the only person who didn't know how to do it. That's it. But now she felt like she had a learning curve, even after 25 years of doing it the same fucking way, right?
I just can't right now. 25 years of doing it the same exact way. I'd probably get bored.
Yeah, like missionary, I'm like, come on.
Like,
you didn't hang it up.
You didn't add a hot tub in there, a couple flip positions.
You didn't throw a microphone in there, a couple cameras, a couple lights.
Throw a rod up in it. Like, oh man, you know what? A couple never. Jesus God, I gotta stop. This is what happens when we go past 9 o'clock. In 10 o'clock, it's like real uncharted territory. There's food and wings, and I think we may need to bring it to the close. Like the stomachs are growling. I'm not in the mood for something sweet. I am in the mood for regular food at the moment. I don't want to. I've been snacking on this shit the whole time. The remnants of Patrick in the studio. There's always snacks, right? Just like dating a mom, always snacks the person.
Dude, that whole side was just literally a fucking grocery store.
Yeah, you cleaned it up. How did you like my fucking my dad joke? And you said I'm trying to turn the TV on.
You're an asshole.
That was fucking great.
I'm literally flipping through. I'm like going, what the fuck is he talking about?
I did that shit to the team at work on Teams, right? I said, hey, did y'all hear about this in circus? Because the original joke is a circus. I was like, how can I make it modern? And I did it to the team. They all fell for it. And I was like, what else? And I did. I sent it to y'all. And if those y'all who are still listening, still hanging on for the last few minutes, I sent Devin and Lindsay a text and I said, holy shit, have y'all watching TNT? Are y'all seeing the fire right now at the church? And Devin's like, no, what are you talking about? This and that. And I gave it a minute. And then I said, yeah, it's intense. And Devin writes back, because, God damn it, I fucking knew it. I was turning on the TV at work to look it up, you jackass. It's like, man, my dad joke's fucking ill, bro. It's ill.
Some would say your dad jokes are fire.
I get me fired, right? Ladies, I'm just going to tell you, if your man can appreciate a good joke about fruit, you need to let that man go.
You just do a joke on fruit. There are no boundaries with you. How do you put up with this shit?
He loves it.
Oh my god!
This is
I feel for
this
you.
is a piece of relationship stress. Those foundations earlier you guys talking about the mistake, this is one of them. Like the immaturity is a strong.
Hey, you know what? I embrace it. I'm glad to see this side of Andy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in a while.
Oh, I still was immature. You just didn't see it.
Yeah,
I've never
never
really been like not immature.
You were married, yes.
Trust me. If you had been around, you still see the shit that
I was around.
I haven't changed a lot. So
You have. You don't want to admit it. That's fine. You're back to the Andy that I used to know and love.
Sure. Promise you, never quite went anywhere. You just weren't around for several years. That's all. You weren't there. We weren't together for several years. You know, then me and Devin rekindled our relationship. You know, we came back together like me and Lindsay. You know? It's like a crazy street love triangle at this point.
It is.
Yeah. Especially with all the fucking drama people try to bring in my life.
Oh my god.
And if y'all are out there listening, I'm talking
That's
about
a whole
you.
goddamn
You know who the
reason why
fuck
I'm
you
not
are.
in a relationship, so I don't have drama.
Y'all know who the fuck you are. We were talking about you earlier. Hope you're watching. No name. You can eat it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. Sorry. I apologize. I wish you nothing but the best.
There you go. And I hope you take a long walk on the short pier.
No, you heard what I said. I said, I hope you fall in a rose bush. I don't wish death. Just slip into something more comfortable, like a fucking comb. I mean, I did not say that, and I do not wish that. Sorry, I apologize. I do not wish that, and literally, like y'all can talk all the shit you want out there. I don't wish you any ill will like you was. So whatever. I
love everybody.
Whatever you apply yourself at, I hope your success. You do you. You're not even a blip on my radar at this point. So good luck. Good luck with whatever endeavors you pursue.
And on that note, I'm going to enjoy these amazing sound effects over here.
Yep.
Everybody, love you long time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Catch you next Tuesday.
And if I don't see you, I will catch you like COVID. And like a deaf kid playing musical chairs, we are out.
Deuces.